And in 3, 2.
See, it's even worse now when you do it because I hit record and it totally locks the video, so we don't even get like the visual joke of what you're doing.
Fine.
Yeah, it's just you frozen with 3 held up.
Safe fall used to be a thing, very much a thing in.
Something I gotta fix. Gotta come and look at the thing.
Pretty common monk ability, I think.
What?
Yeah, like reduce falling down. Alright, come back to that
we
one.
dropped frames at the beginning. Yes, I'm aware we dropped frames.
Because the computer's wrapped up in something.
Like safe fall was a developable skill.
But after that, our bit rate is as good as it could possibly be.
Wow,
killing it.
This?
I think it was
oh no.
Oh, Phil, really? Did you do this first?
He just put his hand on the side of his head.
no!
That's not right.
I don't know why you did that.
I'll do it.
He sees me with his finger out and he goes.
It's like a chimpanzee.
I feel like the wig is taking root at this
the
point.
brain plug.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the best of my recollection, we have.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were doing it.
I can do it.
Okay, you can go.
I wrote things down.
Okay.
It's abridged. Last week, abridged. We decided what to do.
We did go to a bridge.
With the hostages.
Bridges?
Dwayne was hanged and we let the girl go. We made our way back down to the Elderwood. We docked at Aonora and a half-elf greeted us.
There you did!
Shocking.
It's a place.
I hid in my tent because goblin. Duncan met the dockman who said his name was James, then Doug, but his real name is actually Philip. We went to the Moosehead Tavern and I looked for goblin holes, but I couldn't find any. Airness is a singer who comes into the bar. Brunswick goes by Chucky, according to Airness. Billy, Teeden, those are good guys too that we should look for. The forest doesn't attack what it's used to, is something she told us. So we should be fine on the road.
And that could be anything.
Tayanel is her dad. He's an old elf. If we get lost in the woods, look for Starfire. I remembered reading about Tayanel in the History of the Adenian Empire book, so he's real old. He helped sign the original accords founding the empire. The lake is weird. The moon is full in the lake, but it's cloudy and only 3/4 in the sky. They say on some nights it's a mirror to another world. Duncan and I think one of the sight stones might be in the lake. We looked in the lake and don't see our reflections. Crucible saw something when Duncan dove in. I clicked somewhere and all of my notes went away. But it could have just been ripples. But then Duncan dove again and we saw a clear, distinct shadow. Then the shadow pulled him underwater and Duncan came face to face with his mother.
It's me, Mom.
Bum, bum, bum. And that's where we ended on the last Krasden.
But if you remember when I tell my story, my mom's dead. She died.
We can't hear you because right now all it sounds is like...
It's like bubbles. Yeah.
I'm just commenting on it in my head.
Which still sounds like bubbles.
I'm saying it all in primordial, which underwater sounds like this.
Whales are primary.
Is that how
that's very good. I can speak whale too, which is appropriate because I am also underwater and can speak primordial.
Speaking of whales, hey Bars, what's up? I don't think birthdays work that way, but I you know, he said she owes you a shit ton of back birthday presents.
Aye. Well, if it worked that way, that'd be good for me. I like presents.
Her presence is her present.
Oh, that kind of presents?
So it's the same thing I give everybody. All right. The Duncan, are you okay?
Did you jump in the water, Phil?
I did.
Okay, I thought you did last week. I am decidedly not in the water.
Same.
Because I'm wearing armor.
It does us no good.
Yeah.
No.
It would be incredibly bad if you went in the water, I think.
No, I could go into the
He'd
water.
be fine.
Yeah, but if you get stuck in the silt, who's getting your ass out?
That's fair.
I'm not terribly strong. I would try really hard though.
You could move the silt by.
It's true, I could do that.
The only person who
You're
would have
really long
reasonably
rope.
dove into the water
I'll-
dove into the water.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Here we go then.
So he's still a little bit out from shore, Ori, so you're going to need to roll athletics for me, okay?
In addition to the roll I did last time?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the roll you did last time, so fine.
Nobody
It
did.
was a dirty 20. You asked me to roll athletics to swim.
Okay, well, we'll keep it. I believe it. That means something
I
coming from
don't
Morgan.
want to lose Duncan, so I will be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll roll another athletics.
No, just take the 20, Phil.
In
No,
primordial.
take the 20. For the love of God.
Mom?
Hey, baby. We don't have much time.
But you died
Yeah, no,
like a long time ago.
not really.
What? But I saw you die. I saw Dad put your body in the water.
Yeah, your dad. Yeah. We'll talk about that another time. Listen. Where are you going, sweetheart?
I don't understand why you're here, and how you got here. I missed you.
I miss you too. I love you, but the rest of them can't know I'm here, okay?
But they're my friends, Mom.
I know. But this is a important secret.
What you did to tell me then?
Okay. I have to stay here, okay?
What? In the water here?
In the
In
water.
the lake?
Yes.
Here? Is that where we are now?
Duncan, bring it in. Yes, here. Baby, I love you. I know I don't have your friends
Have
coming.
you
I
always-
have to go.
Okay.
And she doesn't swim away so much as dissipate into the water.
I don't understand what happened there.
Okay, you get to him. What do you do?
Hey, well, are we able to communicate underwater?
No, you breathe.
I just like grab him. I'm like checking around him to see trying to see like what's grabbed him.
Get off, you
But-
dad!
Get off of me!
Turn your head and cough.
Oh, fuck. What are you doing? Go up. I'm fine.
So I go up for air.
Good.
I swim around a bit,
Okay.
trying to understand what's going on.
You want to communicate back to them anything, Ori, when you hit the surface? Roll perception?
I can still see them at shore, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like
Roll
40,
dice.
45 feet, something like that.
Wait, are we rolling perception?
Him.
Oh.
No, him. He's rolling perception.
Oh, okay.
He's just...
I think he's okay. I think he told me to go back.
I mean, you can understand him.
Use his
He can breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
But if you open your mouth to talk, you're going to drown yourself.
You don't have gills.
I don't.
Sorry to tell you this. Although, no, you can't.
See, this is Norman's influence right here.
Yeah, but
You gotta be level 4
you
to
know who
turn
had
into a fish.
gills.
Shop head gills.
Fuck that dude!
18.
It's true. We do need to level up at least once so I can turn into a fishy. But yeah, I'm just gonna start swimming back.
Lady in the water. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He turned into a
18.
duck.
18.
He turned into a duck.
I can't.
Ducks
You
can fly.
see
Maybe a chicken.
deeper down, the shadows start to a shadow start to float around in the water.
At level 6, I
It doesn't
can
look
turn
like
into
a
flying
fish.
creatures, and I can turn into a duck.
Does it look like a fish?
It doesn't.
But you know what I can't turn into?
I'd go after it then.
Okay. As you get closer, you can see the outline of the human figure. When you get really close, it is a shadow, and when you get even closer,
Forgot.
it turns into your mom.
Right. Mom!
Baby, you need to go back.
Tell me what's going on there. I'm sitting back up there. It's just you and me now.
Okay. I have to be here. It's not my choice. I didn't leave on purpose.
You have to be here. It's not your choice. Right.
I didn't have a way to get a hold of you. But I knew you went on your fishing trips, and last time you were here, I kind of lost my nerve a bit.
You've been here the whole time?
Yeah. Well, after I woke back up. Your dad did a number.
What did Dad do? Tell me what Dad did.
The stuff you always knew he did. Don't worry, I'm a lot tougher than even he knows. Don't
Right.
worry about your dad.
How long do you have to stay here?
Forever, baby.
But why? Who's doing this to you?
You know how we never... You know how I would tell you that Grandma and Grandpa weren't around?
Right?
I didn't mean that they were dead.
They're not dead?
They're not really alive either. They're just... Listen. Grandma wants me to be here, so I'm here. Don't you worry about that either. But, now that you know I'm here, you can come back whenever you want, okay?
Right. You can come back whenever I want. Right.
Now what are you doing here, baby? Especially swimming around in the grossness like this. It's the middle of the night.
Mom, remember you said that I was here for a reason. That I was like this for a reason. That I had a destiny.
Yes, baby. I did say that.
Well, it's true. It's happening right now. I'm a hero.
You're... Baby, what do you mean? You're a hero.
I'm a hero. I've been chosen to stop bad things from happening up, on the surface.
On the surface?
Right, there's bad things happening.
Okay.
There are bad things going on. We have friends now. I've got friends. One of them's a goblin, and she's from a place, and there's things going on down there. They're threatening them, and that threatens us. And we've got to do something to stop it.
What do you mean down there?
Down there.
In the underworld?
In the deeps.
Okay.
Right now we're here.
Is she one of the smart ones?
Oh, she's quite smart, yeah. Right now we're here because we're on our way to Elnora. Because we've got to find someone who can help us find the stones so that we can see
You're
down.
going to Arnis.
I'm going to Arnis?
Yeah, you're at Leonora.
I'm at Elnora. Going to Arnis, which isn't on my map. I'm going to put it there now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've never been there.
It's in the forest.
Aye.
Baby, you don't need to go in the forest. Why?
Because that's where Arnis is. And we've got to go there to find the person who knows where to find the stones.
The forest is very dangerous. I don't know if I approve of this.
Mum, you don't need to worry about me. Quite capable, After all, my destiny is to be a hero.
She
I
puts
know that now.
she puts your arms on your shoulders. You got so big.
It's been a while. You look exactly the same.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Your hair is so crazy down here. I don't know how to...
Mummy's the water. It's going to float around like that. That's the way it is.
Mine
Okay,
is...
no, please. No. Okay. I'm fine. So, I'll come back later then. And you can tell me more. But I suppose I should go.
Okay. Roll perception one more time.
17.
Ooh. That's a good dice. Keep it. Keep it.
That's my new one.
You've done a lot of
Need to
sea.
roll it in
You've done a lot of sea fishing, and
Aye.
because of that, sea swimming.
Aye.
And you hear something that does actually sound like a far-off whale, which you're in freshwater. That's fucking insane.
We're in freshwater. Sounds like a whale. It's fucking insane.
Language. Wait, did you say whale?
I did.
Baby, you need to get out of the water.
Oh, it's just a whale. I'll be
She-
fine.
Puts her hand on your chest, and you start to move backwards through the water faster than you ever have. I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
He's just gonna come shooting out of the lake like a cannonball.
I'm here just trying to do a regular front stroke. All of a sudden, Duncan just goes right under me like, oh.
Hey.
20. Dirty 20.
As he shoots out of the lake, the backflip and superhero landing is epic.
That was pretty cool.
If there were such a thing as like athletic competitions, I would probably give you a 10 out of 10.
There's something in the water then?
More
Did it-
perception, everybody.
Did it spit you out?
Damn it.
My dice, I'm not sure I like so much. I got a 5.
I got a 7.
13.
I got a rock.
22.
10.
22-10.
7 or 5.
7.
Oh,
I-
5
I'm-
said.
13.
Yep,
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
matter.
terrible.
Below 10.
10, 13. You're just everybody except for Ori, right? So you two are just amazed by the feat that you just saw.
Best landing you've ever seen. It just came.
You're confused
How
as
did he get that much
shit
speed?
by what happened.
Aye.
And to the point where there's like significant ripples coming out of the lake because of this force at which you were propelled out of it. Ori, it looks like it's more than just the ripples of him coming out of the lake. It looks like a tide has come in for no reason. Like waves have started.
So am I standing in the water then? Because I was basically like on the shore looking in.
Yeah, it might be hitting your boots now,
Oh shit.
which you again might have attributed to the fact that
Yeah,
you just.
fair.
Oh God,
Have I gotten to shore yet?
yeah, I will say you've just gotten there or something like that.
Guys, I think we got a big one. I think we got that's more than just the shooting out of the water. That was impressive, by the way. But
It sounds like a whale.
So, a few
that can't be
a
right.
few waves come in, and even you guys can. Now that they pointed it out, you can see that too. It really does look like a waves coming in off a coastal shore, but then it just dies down and stops, and becomes total glass again.
I don't like that.
Getting the distinct impression that we should get away from the water.
You know, if we want to figure out what that was, we should probably send Duncan back into the water.
Crucible, if we work together, how high do you think?
Why
we
did you
could
put
throw
this
it?
directly under the camera? Bars, I guess Patrick wants to be a total dick to you.
Or just pushing it closer to you.
I have one right here.
I'll take one.
Okay, can you take one and then the whole thing? Thank you. God. The whole blending of chocolate chip cookie plus cheesecake is like, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. What are you supposed to fight with that?
Right.
Look at Patrick. Look at that piece of shit.
If this is bad,
It's not bad.
I
It's
need to taste yours.
it's pretty good. It's not bad at all. I'm just saying mine were better.
Hers were better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yours were
if this was not
epically good.
as good as yours,
Also, these were like oblonged.
They're very large.
Yeah,
Like,
they
mine
need to
were
be.
more-
I think that was probably a thing. They need to be a lot thinner to cook more evenly.
Yep.
So you could do a short cook time and whatnot. Okay.
I'm not saying I won't go in there. I'm saying I shouldn't go in there. Let's just say, was it me who threw me out the water?
I appreciate the reference, Orcs.
I don't get it.
What's that reference?
Do we
It's
have?
the mayor of Amity Island or whatever
oh
in
yeah,
Oh,
Jaws.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay.
It's glossed again then?
So, did you learn anything?
Did you find the sending stone or the seeing stones?
No. There's no stones down there. There's something down there, but it's not the stones.
What is it?
Let's go.
Okay.
You,
Oh, hey, everybody, I've got a surprise for you, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Let's go.
I don't think Crucible is a dickhead friend. I think Patrick is a dickhead friend.
He's just stating facts.
It's true. It's true.
I'm going to trust you that there's something down there, but I don't think that we want to send you by yourself because the rest of us would be like useless if it comes to a fight down there. So
Right.
fighting underwater, not a good idea. I am with you. Let's go.
Don't fight in the basement.
No orcs.
No.
no.
Love you, orcs.
Stay
Miss
with
you
us
anyway.
forever. Okay. Bye.
Catch us on the
Forever
replay.
and ever and ever.
Boo.
Forever.
Alright, well, if we're done having fun on the lake, I'd like to go to bed.
Yes, let's go to bed and we will all have a good night's sleep and come out refreshed and happy in the morning.
Eat more.
Is there more?
I'm gonna go sleep on the Destiny.
I think there's some upstairs.
I need some time.
Oh, did we finally fucking run out?
No.
Yeah. You okay there, bud?
No, there's a whole nother bottle down here.
I'll be fine.
We're storing it like we're going into the apocalypse.
I brought you like
Yeah.
5 bottles for
So did he, and
Yeah.
I bought a
I
bunch.
won't be a nosy Nancy and butt in, but you know, if you ever
Thanks.
need to talk.
Thanks, Ori. I'll let you know. And I head to the Destiny.
Do you want another person on the Destiny just for safety? I promise I won't talk to you. I'll just stay in my tent. Or if you want to like talk to yourself out loud, I don't need to go.
No, you can come if you like. That'd be fine.
Just for like safety purposes. No one should go anywhere alone. We don't know this place.
Thanks.
Okay. I go to the Destiny and I sit in my tent quietly.
Okay.
Well, an inn sounds more comfortable than a boat deck, so.
Also, you already paid for
You
that.
already
Yeah.
paid.
Also, I already paid for 5 rooms, but it's okay.
It's not 5 rooms, it's 5 mats, basically.
Okay.
It's communal sleeping. But
Well, we'll have room to starfish out then.
Or you do that regardless.
Love this stupid band of cinnamon rolls. God damn it, I love it so much.
I think I do imagine that he does that.
Just
don't you know?
Just smacks Joe in the face, and Joe's like,
he pretends to be exasperated, but if he couldn't hear the sounds of Ori snoring, he couldn't sleep.
or he needs to
You can
see
hear
that.
him from next door.
Their windows face each other casually. Just on accident, you know.
He's talking to.
Yeah, they don't.
Joe learned.
They don't flash lanterns at each other.
Joe, I didn't choose
definitely
to get
not-
used to the sound of his snoring, okay?
There's definitely not 2 cans and a string attaching
Yeah.
their bedrooms.
Well, that's just common sense.
The phone hasn't been invented yet. How else are they supposed to talk to each other?
Joe learned Elven by listening to Ori talk in his sleep.
That actually is how I think it went. Like something.
I don't think
forges me
they're
around
gay.
or something.
I just think they're hetero life partners. Like they have to live next to together or next to each
Right.
other forever.
Cinnamon rolls.
If one of them falls in love and it becomes a marriage, like the significant other quietly is aware that the other one is going to be around, potentially living in like their basement or a back room at some point.
You and Dupree kind of.
Long rest.
All right.
Long
Do you want us to interact with the?
Similar to the way my wife has got with Philip at this point. The
Do you want us to interact with the innkeeper, or do we just go to sleep?
you can if you like, but it's not necessary.
I don't have anything interesting.
You already ate. You already paid. You
Yep.
can just go in, and there's one ladder to get up to the top. What do you want to do,
I
Crucible?
don't think we can get any more interesting information out of them.
No.
There's no reason for me to go there, so I'll stay by the Destiny.
Okay. Just hang out on the dock.
Yep.
while I'm laying there waiting to fall asleep, I just say to Ori, "Why do I ever buy 5 beds?" I mean, even if Duncan and Bag became with us, Crucible never used a bed.
No.
Why do I buy
4
5?
at the most.
Well, I love that you're nice enough to your friends though that you do buy one. You're not even thinking about it. You're just like, I'll buy one.
You're
Screw
just
it.
being considerate because you have the means. Either that or you also enjoy starfishing out.
We'll put some beds together. Nice big beds.
I wonder if with all the extra mats we could make a fort.
You and I are taking up like half of the whole place, and there's like 10 other people that are like jammed into the other half of the inn.
Well, they paid for it. I
Pay
don't
for
know.
it.
Fort.
Oh man.
A big burly man sleeping 2 to 3
Yeah.
up on a mat.
One of them tries to inch over, and I just poke him with my glaive. No, back.
No.
Okay. Next morning.
I assume we're meeting at the inn, right? Probably.
Sure.
Aye.
How'd you sleep, Duncan?
I'm getting breakfast.
I was going to ask him that in character.
Oh, okay.
Would you
Go.
like me to
No,
do so?
no, yeah, go
Good
ahead.
morning, Duncan.
Morning.
How did you sleep?
Slept alright, I guess. I'm a bit hungry though. Should we go get some breakfast then?
If you remember properly, the food at the inn was like bomb shit.
Better than
Yeah,
should
it was
have.
good.
Yeah.
Played that.
I paid a bunch extra because it was good. I'm getting breakfast.
Simple fish, right? Small like sunfish, with a side of eggs.
Protein. It's good.
Breakfast. A little piece of bread with it.
I don't know if this is what happened down under the water, but I know the water is like a comfortable, home-like place for you.
Aye.
And I really know, I can understand what it's like when the place that you thought was home turns out to be very different than what you thought it was.
There was just things down there, and I learned some things. I can't talk about it right now. But it made me kind of happy in the start, but then it made me sad at the end. But I'll come back later then. It'll be better.
I understand. You
Thanks.
don't need to go into details.
Thanks. Did you sleep well then?
Oh yes, ever since you put the little, like, whatever makes a kind of wind in front of my door, and keeps it nice and warm, it really does start to feel kind of like home. The moving, the slow rocking, that's not at all like home. There was no movement whatsoever, unless there was a worm, like one of the really big scary worms, and then they're like, you don't want that movement.
But you get used to the movement.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you get so used to it, then when it's not there, you miss it, and you get sick anyway.
I hope that never happens.
All right. So you guys are all at the inn, sitting down.
Where's Crucible at? Did he come with us? He was outside the boat.
If
Did
you would like a
follow us in?
vegetarian option, they can just give you like carrots and potatoes.
Standing so still, I was invisible.
Oh, where'd you come from?
That's how it works for Joe.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah.
His vision is based on movement.
Okay. Innkeeper starts making his rounds, and you can overhear him just going up to another table that's a little closer to, behind where the bar is and stuff like that. He says, "We got the Raven. You'll move out today." He comes up to your table. We got the Raven from Arnis. The guard should be here today to move.
Right. We'll be ready then.
Perfect.
But outside.
You know approximately when?
They always try for early. They move. They never stop moving, but it's a lot slower at night. So as soon as day breaks, they'll start to pick up pace.
Do we need to buy any supplies before we go, or are we set still?
Well, did we ever replace the rope?
I might need to replace my rope.
Is this in character?
Yep.
You threw it in the water.
Well, there's a small trade shop across the way there. They've got hunting supplies, rope, fishing, most things.
How many days were we at sea?
You
Or
guys
at the lake?
were on
I
the
don't see so
river
much on the river.
for 3-4 days.
Right.
Do we take
One,
rations for each of those?
Plenty of rations
2, 3. You're on for 3 days.
Could we have possibly, fished along the way and had...
You never said you did. And up till now, you guys have been talking about fishing occasionally, so
We had a big fish die in the.
We threw that out.
You caught a fish and instantly murdered a fish.
Well, yeah, we didn't think that through very well. But we did throw it out so we don't have a rotting dead fish in that.
Poor Wilhelm.
Don't give him a name.
I gave him a name back then.
Then we should probably buy some rations.
Yeah. Do
We had a lot. We had purchased lots of rations.
We did
purchased
We
before.
did before we left.
We'd be
Right.
fine.
But
We purchased a week's worth of rations, I think.
you did. Mm-hmm. But are you going to travel with it through the forest? Because right now it's in a couple crates on
In the boat.
On the
right?
boat.
Well, we should each take our own rations and carry it.
if you
For a
need
few
me
days.
to carry more too, I can.
You could try to pick stuff up on the way out to refill.
Yeah, I'll just go to the shop because rations are relatively cheap.
Okay.
So, all right, I assume there's some sort of dried jerky or something, so they're not gonna go bad on the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look, lambus bread.
Yes.
Lambus bread and more lambus bread.
We're not elves.
That's for me because I don't eat meat.
So are we able to buy rations at the supply shop too, or do we need to get those at the?
Yes, you can get rations at the supply shop. A mix of dried goods.
How much for rations?
I think it's really cheap actually.
Oh, actually, 3 gold is what it says here. That's a lot.
That's really expensive.
That's really
Gold?
expensive.
What?
What are they charging there?
1 day of rations is 5 silver.
Well, that's still kind of a lot, actually.
That's better than 3.
We're gonna knock that down. We're gonna knock that down to 1 silver.
We
per
can
day.
just pick up remaining rations from the boat, maybe. I don't.
I'm gonna pay him
what I
pay
did.
him a gold and get
Yeah.
10 days worth
I'm gonna-
I'm
extra.
just going to take 5 days.
I am too.
Yeah, we're gonna knock that down to 1 silver. That's 5 silver seems insane.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You can get fucking like armor and shit in the silver category.
You know how much plate's supposed to cost? 1,500 gold.
That's very expensive.
Yeah.
But
I think that's in like a more high money setting than we're currently doing, though.
yeah, I don't do a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I'll adjust accordingly.
Yeah. No, you have. I have no complaints regarding that.
All right. So, how much for to
I just say I
replace
love my
my
way?
50 feet of hemp rope?
Wow, it says a gold.
Oh, it costs a gold. It says right here. Okay, I
How
will.
much does gold cost?
You want to? How much does gold cost?
I thought you said
About
the
10
cost
silver.
of gold.
No, it
No, it costs
a
a gold. So
You want a gold for a thing of rope?
Let's do well.
I have money. I'll
We'll
buy
do
my
5
own.
silver for that one.
Okay. Ah,
We'll do 5 silver for the rope.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Anything else you need in there is totally purchasable. I mean, this place stocks up for the purpose of walking down this road is a pain in the fucking ass. Also, the next town in the other direction is a while away.
Do they have any specialty items that are helpful for being in the woods?
They do, actually. There's they do there's an herb that they're selling at a fairly high price that gives limited low light vision.
How much?
For the powdered version of it, right?
Do a bump.
It's going to cost you basically, let's say 8 silver per. No, it's going to be a gold per usage.
And it gives low light vision
Yeah.
for like
For
an hour.
No, like 15 minutes.
Okay.
And he does warn you that it is slightly addictive, so you got to be careful with it.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna get addicted to elf powder.
why does his character always get addicted to some kind of powdered substance?
Look,
It's
sugar's a hell of a thing, man. I guess I'll buy 5 of those.
okay.
Anything else interesting in the shop?
That's a homebrew thing, right?
Yeah, it's a home movie.
Okay.
It's called Elf Eyes.
L5. Cool.
Yep.
I will just remember that.
Nope.
Got 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I got. My
Yeah, it's a homebrew thing. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just
You can put in your own stuff in
I don't know how to
D&D
do that.
Beyond. It custom. There's an option for custom items.
Under manage equipment.
It's probably a pain to do on the mobile app.
Yeah, that is one of the things. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Oh no, it's not too bad.
How many Russians are you taking with you? 5.
Oh, rations.
He's
I thought you
buying
said
his
how
own.
many Russians.
How many Russians are you taking with you? Are you taking from the boat? Or are you buying some more?
You know what? I'm here. I'll buy
Right.
rations. No big deal. I'll
Crucible. How many are you getting? 0. You don't eat, right?
He doesn't eat.
I could carry for someone else if we need to.
I've got 16 days worth, so I've got extras.
Okay.
I'll buy like 2 days of rations because I don't want to carry too much stuff around.
You can also purchase an extra water skin if you'd like in this shop.
How much?
It's going to be 2 silver for an extra water skin.
I will do that.
Okay, so
And you are informed that the lake is totally clean. You might need to boil it, but
Okay.
just get it out of the lake.
okay, well, yeah, water skin and how much did you say rations were going to be?
1 silver a piece, isn't that what I said? Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
so I'll
yeah,
subtract
silver.
4 silver for the. I'll do 5 silver. Keep it. Yeah, I'll do 3 days worth of rations.
Seashells don't make ocean noises underwater. Bars, you're funny. You funny, Bars. I don't care who you are, that's funny. Nothing Larry the Cable Guy's ever said has been funny, but
Take that, Larry the Cable Guy.
Fuck you, Dan Whitney.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
What the hell is
I went
this?
to school with his niece, and my God, the whole family.
I tell you what.
She got me thrown out of a bar on my 21st birthday.
Well, I'm sure it was her actions alone got you thrown out of a bar.
She was 20 years old.
Oh, nice.
I just ordered a beer,
She was 13.
and then she
Covered in mold.
and then she said, "Hey, they're asking for my ID. We gotta go." And I went, "Why did you want to come here?" Because it was her ID. And then we went and drank at my house. So I got all kind of worked out. That was when I was living with Elkins. That was a weird time in my life. That was a weird time in your life. You don't remember?
Why, and I have normal times in my life?
The amount of kegers that I had in that apartment that I didn't know about until Morgan and Kevin and anybody else wandered into my house with a keg.
We volunteered you a few times. Yeah.
The best time was when Shayna called me, my best friend, and said, "Hey, what time are you having people over?"
That's always
I am.
I don't remember ever bringing a keg up there.
My brother had a
That
party
doesn't
house.
mean it didn't happen.
It happened.
My brother had a party house, and
Pretty
they
sure
had
you
to
did.
call up people individually and let them all know that they possibly had crabs. Their house was infested with it. They had to,
Wait.
Wolf duck.
How does
I
the
didn't
house
even know
get
crabs
infested?
could live off of people.
it was
Like, they can live on objects?
if it's that bad, they can live off of
Wow.
objects long enough to
That's really
crawl on someone
really
else. It
disgusting.
was
Morgan's learning he needs to vacuum bad
Yeah,
right now. He needs to leave.
I gotta call. I gotta make a few calls.
The code is 5-3. Just go now! Go now!
Now I sit here and I wonder if I was ever at any of those keggers that you didn't know
I'm pretty
about.
sure you weren't. Pretty sure you weren't.
It was like 14th and Superior.
We hung out with a lot of the same people. And
You did,
somehow
but we somehow
never
missed
met
each other entirely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you hang around until about 10 a.m., and you can tell that it's getting close because a raven comes in, and then people start to gather in sort of like the... It's not a lot of people, but there's enough travelers, or some of them even look like locals, that have a lot of things with them. Maybe they're merchants traveling back and forth or something like that. They're trying to sell something in Arnis or whatever. But all in told, counting yourselves, it's, 14, 15 people.
I walk up to whoever looks like they're in charge.
There's a town guard that's sort of
Okay.
just hanging out, collecting.
Say hello there, friend.
Hello,
I was wondering if me and my traveling companions could join you to head to Arnis.
All are welcome. All are welcome. In fact, more are welcome. We always like the numbers.
Yep. Sounds good. How long do you think before we leave?
The last raven was sent about 5 minutes ago. Shouldn't be long now. They tried to send it at the last fork.
All right. I go back and relay that to everyone that
Okay.
we'll be leaving in a few minutes.
It's maybe another half an hour.
Okay.
And you look up the road and you see. You were told armored transport. This is intense. 4 armor-plated wagons with probably. Let's see, it's probably almost 20 guards in full regalia, and they look haggard, wandering up.
Okay then.
This is,
They pull off to the side. The guy who you just talked to. All right, it'll be about an hour. They're going to refit, and then we'll be good to go. Anything big we need to put on the wagons, do so now. Anybody that can't walk normally, you may sit inside. Everyone else, you gotta hoof it.
Hoofda.
Even if you have feet, shut up.
Never mind.
I thought it was going to be a great joke.
Fuck your dumb pun. All right. So yeah, the guards the guards that were on the thing when they get up, they basically all of them sit down, and they just sit down and start. A couple of the guys from the inn come out and they start handing out ale and water and food. No coin is interchanged between these guys. They're just giving, and people live in the town show up and they just start giving them stuff. Asking them about their clothes. If some of them have to strip because clothes are torn or armor's a little unhinged, and then they re-change out into something new that is given to them by somebody from the town.
Did any of them look hurt?
There's one guy who's he walked in okay, but he's got some dried blood on the side of his head when he takes his helmet off.
I walk up to him. I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Glad you're here taking care of us. Hope we have a good trip to Arnis." And I use 5 of my healing touch or lay on hands.
Okay. No problem. You're welcome. He goes back to eating. And they're like snarfing, by the way. If you've ever seen a person in the active military eat.
Fold everything into a pancake, whole pancake.
Yeah. Eat as quick as you can, drink a bunch of water.
They all look quite tired, don't they?
As soon as they all finish eating, if they don't have anything to refit, they just lay down in the grass and just start sleeping. Just all getting a cat nap in.
Do you think they get any days off?
I would hope so.
I think we should be ready to fight if we need to.
Now, these guys they have nice armor. They have nice weapons. They don't look like they don't look like guys you would want to start a fight with if you had the choice.
Indeed.
Must be a rough road ahead.
The guy in charge of that group, he's still up and he's sitting, but he's sitting on a crate right next to the inn porch, right? And he's sitting there kind of giving orders and doing demands. When you saw him pull up, he jumped off one of the wagons and started just pointing things out. And
I approached the guy.
okay.
And then I said, I do so apologize if this is a tedious question that you get quite often, but unfortunately we're a little new around here. What kind of threats oft happen on these roads?
An elf that doesn't know the forest.
Oh, I know the forest, but okay. So, sorry, I was thinking that there was a long road before the forest, and that's
No, the forest is maybe a half a mile out. Maybe.
Oh, okay. So I'll
This village is like
It's right there.
right there.
okay.
It's right on the edge of it.
I'll rephrase it then to what kind of trouble have you been running into in the forest?
It's in one of its moods. Reached out and tried to grab one of the wagons on the way there.
Oh, the trees then.
Roots, mostly. Goddamn thing, they always move in with the roots first to try to block the path.
Oof,
It's fine. The steel wheels. We get over the top. You just gotta do a little bit of pushing. We'll expect help from you on that, by the way. Everybody works.
Oh, okie dokie.
It was a little better this morning. Maybe it's calmed down. It always gets in these moods, though.
Yeah. Well, that'll be all. Thank you.
I overhear this and decide to go get another water skin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you mentioned that, I'm like, okay, yeah. Probably a good idea to have an extra source of water.
All right. So the hour passes. If nobody else has anything else to do. Chicken. So good. And they start calling for everybody. We're going. Now, have you put your packs in one of the carriages, or are you walking?
I'm
you
carrying all my
I'm
stuff.
walking. I'm carrying my own.
Okay.
I'm not to the point of encumbrance yet, so.
A couple of traders that were older, they've taken up in the second one. A couple of older women. Now, when they were standing there waiting, they held everything on their back just fine, but they've basically taken up half of that second wagon. Everybody else has piled their stuff in medium, and they're ready to set out. All right, line up along the sides. Hey, you five look a little more rough and ready, minus the kiddo. You want your child in the cabin?
I'm not a child.
Oh, halfling. My apologies.
Yep. Totally a halfling. That is what I am.
Did you have your hood up?
I have been walking around the...
Oh, okay.
Village.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'll totally reread that. Is this a pet of yours, sir?
Wow, that's so much better.
Wow.
Breathe in.
No!
Breathe out. Channeled my key.
That's a Bagby.
Oh,
She's
it
afraid.
speaks. Sorry. I'm sorry. You never know.
Honestly, I probably speak better than you do, but you know, go on with your day.
All right. Half of you that have a good sword arm, one side. Other half, the other side. Stay close to the wagon. The guards will be a little outside of you. You keep your eyes open. At night, we go slower and we take shifts in sleeping.
Let's take the right side.
And say, do we all want to be on the same side, or do you want to split up?
I think we should be on the same side.
All right then.
Wait, I'd prefer to fight with people I know.
He walks up behind
agree
you.
with
He
that.
walks up behind you. Always happy to see you, kind. Slaps his back. Never have to sleep these ones.
Do we want a good set of eyes on the left?
You want to go over there?
I mean, I can always run in between the two sides. I'm very spry.
Crucible, what you think?
I think we should all be on the same side. I kind of like the idea of being able to trust one another.
We did say we shouldn't split up. Yeah, that's a good call.
So we're all on the same side then?
Okay.
What side is that?
All on the right.
Right
The
side.
right side?
Mm-hmm.
Strong side.
Good reference. Question mark. The. Okay. Everybody lines up.
I liked it.
The guards are talking. The people. There's a bit of attention to it, but there's not like people are getting dead silent and preparing for battle or anything like that, right? If at any point you get tired, throw up and sit down for a little bit. Throw up on the wagon and sit down for a little bit.
Okay.
I will be sure to aim my vomit
I feel
toward
much
the
better.
wagon.
Sorry, I missed a word. I missed a couple words. Throw up on the wagon and sit down for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. The guards will do the same. This is a long trip, and sometimes it gets weirdly longer. I mean, magical wise. If you're new here, ask for help for somebody who's done it. If you've done this, look for new people that are being quiet. All right. It's been ornery the past few days, so let's take our time. Should be day and a half.
Emphasis on the word should.
End of tomorrow, we should be there. All right?
And for good buddy.
I'll take up on the outside of the right side.
Okay. And it starts moving. The fields outside of Aonora are nice. Just sort of flat, rocky flower fields leading up to the forest.
I see a gopher and I just scream, "What the fuck is that?"
It's coming right for us!
Come right for
I
it.
smite it.
Do you smite?
No.
Okay.
Don't smite the gopher.
Some of her best friends are gophers.
It's true.
Sure.
That's like having a dog, I think, if you live in
It also
Krasden.
could potentially be Norm.
It could be Norm. At any point, it could be Norm.
It also
It could have been Ori.
As a gopher.
Well, if you see a gopher getting fat, smoking that fat dank, then go ahead and assume it's Norman.
and they could be animatronic.
And racist. Let's all remember Disney for a second. Disney Plus.
I was
The-
thinking of Futurama.
10 million subscribers in
Gophers
its
on the
first
moon.
day. And they broke it.
You broke it.
It's crazy.
We carry our harpoons, but there ain't no.
I'll be totally honest. I'm one of
That's
those. I paid for that shit. I'm in. They got me. You can shake your head all you want. I
know.
love that shit.
I know.
Real quick rant. It really sucks that all the streaming services have like shattered into a billion different services. Remember when you just had Netflix? Maybe Hulu if you wanted that, or if you already had Amazon Prime, you had that.
I did Netflix and
I remember.
I remember when
Prime time
Netflix was the only streaming service. Okay, I'm done. It's just annoying. I don't want to pay $50 a month for all my streaming shit.
Okay. List order.
I will be in the middle, please.
I guess I'm on the outside. I don't really care where. Probably near the front.
Home.
Oh, it won't matter.
No, I
now.
was meaning for the TV.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring up the rear.
You're in the middle. Where were you? Sorry.
Near the front, on the outside.
You in the front, or
Wherever you need me to be. Where do you want me to
do
be?
that? How's that
Sure.
sound?
That works.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you have dark vision?
I've got low light vision. So not like in complete darkness.
I'll swap you when it gets dark.
Right.
Yeah. During the day, it just gets super
It's
shadowy.
just shadowy.
Yeah.
It's really quite nice.
Moving in. Roll perception when you get close to the tree line.
Well, are we close to the tree line?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. You're close to the tree line.
Oh my!
6. I don't think I like these die, Patrick.
You're just not excited. You're not excited about moving into the forest.
I will say these
It's
places must be truly
dense.
random.
Should I take the magic elf dust?
They
yet?
must be quite nicely
It's
balanced.
dense.
They
You
got the
basically see the arch of the trees
Where's before?
where the road is,
Yeah. Well-
and the rest of it's a fucking forest.
23. I'm going to 3D print some
24.
dice jails for us.
24.
24.
16.
Little prison.
Little prisons.
I don't notice anything.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to every is the 16 and the 220s over here. You guys got it. Moving up. So it's not just a tree line with like scattering trees moving up. It's a hard line along the outside, right? And the interesting thing about that is that there are large stones placed every 50 feet along the edge, and you can see them. When you get closer, there's hard enchantment runes written on the outside of those things.
Would I recognize the runes?
You could roll Arcana.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
Did you notice the snap the GM's neck?
To me, they look like generic runes.
Yeah,
It
sorry.
was
My
like a
next.
snap. It was like a loud
Oh,
one.
I forgot
It
to
was
use
pretty
my-
loud.
I have some.
I do that sometimes. I'm sorry.
21.
Child on a leash joke about Bagby.
Oh.
Before I had a kid, I'm like, don't put children on leashes. Now that I have a kid, I'm like, I get it.
Get the fucking leash.
You want them, they want to run around. They're happier if they're running around, but if you don't have the leash, they're going to end up in a van and not yours.
In a van down by the river.
Well, that's a terrible place for a van.
21 Arcana.
21? Who all rolled Arcana? I'm
I
sorry.
did.
Those two.
They look like pretty runes to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they look really glowy and pretty.
They're not glowing.
Oh, well, they look really pretty. Do I even know? Is it even a language I recognize?
It's a collection of a few languages.
Okay.
Elvish is mixed in there.
Okay, well,
It's growing.
5, so probably.
Okay, yeah. Well, anything referring to the forest is in Elvish, basically, because they have quick. I mean, the Inuit have what is it, 20-some words for snow or whatever. Elves have 1,000,000 words for trees, so
It's a very poetic language.
it is.
But it's in Elven and not Druidic.
Partially Druidic as well. It's not entirely either one of those. The Bagby.
Yes.
You recognize Undercommon all over that thing.
Oh. I actually speak Undercommon, so I would know what it says.
Yeah. The Undercommon encircles every side of whatever the actual thing is in the middle. But the Undercommon lists is Old Dwarven. And because when the goblins first moved in, you would know this from your studies, they couldn't decide on what language they were going to use.
Right.
So Undercommon was what ended up getting used for their language, right? The outside ring is basically a trademark and copyright language from an old dwarven house. These stones are from the Deep Dark and have been brought up here as singular pieces.
Not to be reproduced in any manner.
This is a product, and it would say, and some of them say different things, but this is a product of, and it lists a house.
Okay.
These are really old.
Yeah, there's some neat rocks, all right.
I mean, most rocks are pretty old, as I understand.
And you can tell from that as well that these old deep stone that were used for warding are generally fucking huge. And while they're big, I mean they're taller than you for sure, like half as tall as Crucible probably, sticking out in a pyramid fashion. You can only break them off in chunks, so it's in your mind. There's a bunch underneath the ground.
I was going to
Of
say,
those.
does it look
Kind of
like
like tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
tip of the iceberg sort of situation. I mean, she wouldn't know what a fucking iceberg is, but yeah. Yeah,
Neither would any of us.
You have
probably.
to assume that stone is way bigger for all of them, and it lines the entire outside of the forest.
Oh my goodness. Like someone went below and pushed them up, kind of? Or like the forest themselves are pushing them up?
You wouldn't know. I mean, they've been there for so fucking long. Most of them are overgrown as well, so, but you can see them. They just got grass and flowers and shit all over them. It's just the forest line is a hard fucking line, maybe 3 feet away from these stones.
I share that information with everybody. These stones are really cool.
So you understood the Undercommon, but not what the runes
Can I-
specifically were?
I understood that they're warding stones, yeah?
Yeah, you understood that they're warded.
Now that you said that, can I take a whack at trying to read the Elvish part?
Sure.
I don't know what you want me to roll. God damn it. Never mind.
I mean, you can just probably read the
Use your-
Okay,
closest.
what does it say?
Different.
The Elvish part is, it just keeps referring to the forest.
Oh, that's it.
Referring to different types of trees, but the tree names don't make any fucking sense. Like, it's either old words for trees or there's some other version.
I don't mean to stereotype, but elves sure do like trees.
When you say they're warden stones, are they warding things in?
Well,
Or warding things out?
you recognize them from the deep roads, where you might have seen them, to keep lesser demons and imps out of. they'll throw them up in places where that if something arises, they'll throw up a bunch of these stones to keep stuff out. Or elementals. Sometimes they do that with elementals if they become a problem.
Is it a two-way barrier?
Yes, it's based. No, it's a hard wall. If something's on the inside, it's on the inside.
Okay.
It's like a fence, right?
Okay.
If something's on the inside, it's on the inside. If something's on the outside, it's on the outside.
So
both ways?
Except for the trees.
I think. Well, I
You could reach over.
think that not the
Can they?
trees.
She said there's like a hard line, so I'm wondering if even the
Didn't they
leaves
say
are over
earlier
it.
they were reaching out?
into
the road.
not onto.
But the ward stones don't go along the road.
Right.
The forest on the. Let me pull up the map.
They probably should have done that in retrospect. They should have put the stones along the road.
Well, these stones are really, really old, so I think they probably predated
All right,
the people
so-
who were here.
The humans, at least. Yeah.
You're right here, right? Okay.
We're just about to go in there.
Yes. So all along this, and the southern part of the road here is where you probably first started seeing the stones. And all up along that.
Is it? Do we see that along the river at all?
No,
Okay.
you didn't.
Interesting.
So
What's it, running water?
I guess. Yeah.
I
That's
think
a thing?
these stones
Yeah,
are
it's
keeping the
something.
forest in.
I think that's
Aye.
a reasonable assumption.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, the damn forest tried to catch us when we were on the boat.
Aye.
On that note, I mean, you said earlier that the elves really like trees. Well, you know, trees are kind of like people. You wanna like them in general, but you know, there are individuals that.
I just stare at Ori and blink a few times.
There are individuals that kind of make it hard to like them all.
True best friend status, sometimes your best friend's a fucking idiot. Even if they're saying something smart.
Hey,
which
Ori.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Ori, we're kind of doing something important here. You probably shouldn't have been smoking.
Oh, I forgot to do that this morning.
Alright. So, you start to move into the forest. And it's lovely. I mean, look at the background.
I go. It's quite nice here.
Obviously, the one path looks a little bit less scary than the other path.
The guard captain, he's standing on the back of the first wagon. You know that little lip that comes out?
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of just hanging off the back and he's looking around. He turns around and he calls back, "All right, we got a fork up coming. If you're ever wondering about where to go, look for either the raven boxes along the side or the cobble underneath." You now see that there is like old cobble underneath where you're walking. It's dirt cobble, right? But that is there. Sometimes they'll make fake forks, okay? Just don't. If there's not cobble or the raven nest, don't go that way.
Right.
What do the raven boxes look like?
They're little open birdhouse. Well, not little. They're big boxes, and you see one maybe 20 minutes in. It's a big box, just like a roost. He's got to go play. That just has a bunch of. As you're walking by, it's got a bunch of roosts inside. It seems pretty nice, padded on the top level. You can see. And there's a roof over it in case of rain. And as they go by, you can see that there's actual corn and feed and stuff in it that's been put there.
Right.
Cool. So it's a noticeable thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the as much as and you do see like the roots coming over the, nothing big yet, but coming over the road occasionally, or the grass trying to come up in the middle of the road. The raven boxes are pristine. Like, they're old, but there's nothing fucking with them.
Right. You know if it's going to be a raven? I want to be a raven here.
That's fair.
Those are quite nice.
They got a good gig going for them.
Aye.
So, yeah. Bagby. Sorry that some of these guardsmen are kind of ignorant as to what you are and everything like that. But I'll tell you this much: don't let anybody give you any guff about your stature, because where we're going, a lot of the threats can come from down low. We're gonna need you to keep your eyes peeled on the ground. Not directly on the ground.
Oh, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh. That was really funny. I really do need to smoke.
That laugh is almost Lucky Mary.
It's not. It's a little bit different. Just a little bit. It's not quite
Good night.
Lucky Mary. Good night.
Good night,
Leland.
Leland. See you later, eh?
Oh,
He's happy because everyone's waving at him.
by the by, on the copyrights on those word stones, did any of them say they were from House Melbrook, asking for a friend / aspect of my multiple personality disorder?
Nope. Not that you saw.
No, I don't think so. I've never heard of that House of Dwarfs before.
It's a lesser house, for sure.
Very lesser.
Is this a dwarf that he played in a different campaign that I
Calrac.
don't know about?
Calrac,
Okay.
that's his
Calrac
last name.
Melbrooks.
Yeah, Desi didn't care.
Calrac actually came from a fairly prestigious house canonically in the...
He's got a big fucking gun for an arm now.
Yeah, because he can't keep his arm.
It's true.
Derek has 2 guns for arms. How's that sound?
Welcome to the gun show.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. You're moving through. Everybody roll athletics. This
Oh,
is
dear.
to see. This is to check for if you get tired.
Okay,
Of course.
I've rolled a 3 4 times in a row now.
Get a new dice.
Yeah, use it.
Yeah, you-
Can I re-roll that?
No.
All right, well I got a 9 then.
13.
13?
13.
That's... Where is athletics?
At the top.
It's under.
skill.
okay,
under A.
There's just
It's
so
an A.
many A's. I thought it would be at the top, but it's like 4 down.
It's
Okay,
a
that's-
tanuki of A's.
What?
That actually makes more sense than you're being given credit for.
I know, it's great. I thought that was a great joke. I don't know. Y'all can fuck off.
It's a multiple anuses of A's.
A's, like A's for...
No, it's enough A's that it makes it tanuki.
Okay, now I follow.
It's like a murder of crows. You say that shit.
10.
All right. You all have to, at some point, take a seat on the back of a wagon. You especially. The armor is becoming a problem with the humidity in this fucking forest.
I rolled a 19 first time I tried out this other dice.
Okay, well, you wasted that for
Yeah.
your next roll.
Yep. All right, so I guess I'm being fucking lazy and hanging out on the wagon.
It's a hot day. It's humid as shit in this forest for some reason, and you're not being lazy. You just have to. You just have to sit down a couple
I'm
times.
faking it. I just don't want to walk. Like, yeah, I'm so tired, guys. I'll catch up.
You just got some ball soup going on.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Wearing armor.
I didn't tell you. Okay, the horses drawing these things are impressive beasts. Big Clydesdale motherfuckers. Like, real big
Morgan
and strong.
horses?
Huh? Yeah, Morgans. They'll be Morgans.
I liked the thought of them being Clydesdales, but Morgan's works
They're
too.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
They're very tall.
Yeah, these are probably way bigger than any horse you've ever seen. And they're very just sturdy. They'd have to be. I mean, it's armored wagons they pull, but...
I don't know if it's worth a spell slot to talk to the horses just
It's
for
not
fun.
worth the spell slot. to talk
It's
to
fun.
horses.
It's fun.
I just say hello to the horse that I'm on the back of a wagon, so I'm like looking at 2 horses, or 1 or 2.
Yeah.
How many are pulling each wagon?
2.
Okay, yeah, I just look at them and say hello.
One is not enough. These are very heavy. And you're not moving at any fast clip. You're just walking down this road.
Hey.
So it gets to Mid-afternoon, roll perception.
Yeah, keep that 19.
Sure, go for it.
Dirty 20 then.
Dirty 20 as well.
21. You didn't notice
You're looking at the
anything?
ground.
You've started reading.
And walking at the same time.
That makes perfect sense.
This didn't turn out well for another one of my characters. But
You have to random.
You just get hit by a
Let's
tanuki.
steer the goblin. What'd you roll?
11.
11. Okay. You three, you all rolled very well. So through. It took about an hour moving into this place before the forest started to fuck with you. And you could, like, notice the forest starting to fuck with you. Like, the occasional breeze through the trees, people would comment, and even you would feel it, that it feels so good. It doesn't make sense that a breeze would come through these trees because it's just chokingly dense, this forest is.
It's tree farts.
But occasionally and you would see, you three would see other people or even guards look off in the direction. When the breeze would come through, occasionally you would hear, "Hey, hello," coming from somewhere out in the trees.
I don't. I'm reading my book.
No, you just feel a breeze occasionally.
I'm gonna
Stop it! You're
ignore
making
that.
me miss my page.
You would also occasionally, the cobble thing started to make sense. When you'd look forward, there would be, the density of the trees would have been split, and there's like a total road that's totally cleared, but it's just grass moving off into a direction.
Well, that's all quite unsettling, isn't it?
You three very quickly realize that the forest is trying to get you to go there. It feels like a predator that isn't stalking you, isn't hunting you, is trying to trap you.
Ori, I don't really like your hometown.
No, well, this isn't really my hometown.
About 2:30 in
Joe
the
understands it,
about
it is.
2:30 in the afternoon.
It's
About
trees,
two-
isn't it?
About 2:30 in the afternoon, all three of you start to hear. So, it's been an hour since you've seen one of those fake trails, and you haven't felt one of those breezes in a minute. Off to the sides, you start to actually hear creaking of wood. You don't see anything, but you hear, and it sounds like wood being bent, but not snapping.
Bent some wood in my time.
That's bad. You should not do that. That's a painful thing, and it's a medical procedure you have to go through to get that fixed. But that makes sense for you, Patrick, I guess. Now that's a lot of things are coming together now that you've told that story.
It's like a chiropractor for your dick.
Oh,
That's Trina. They call her dick chiropractor. Why would they call her don't hit on Trina.
I pulled the cork from one of my water skins, just in case.
Okay. Hey, you know what trees are afraid of? Water.
water. Yeah.
No, it's for me.
Oh, I see what you're doing. That's smart.
The Last Airbender.
I'm a waterbender. That's what I am. It's true.
Okay. It's getting later on, and it's getting a lot darker. The sun clearly hasn't gone down if you look straight up and can see through the slots in the canopy. But the shadows are so long here that it gets a lot darker a lot earlier. The guards start moving around and lighting torch fire along the outside of the caravan. All right, travelers, if you haven't been here before, I don't know if you could read much.
I have dark vision.
Okay,
and
that's fair.
The fire helps.
If you haven't been here before, moving at night, we do in shifts. Well, the back cabin is our cook. Shuffle back, get you some food. We'll start left side.
We're right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see people. He's basically walking around, and you two go. Then you'll see people walk back up, and they have a little handful of berries and stuff, and hardtack. And that's dinner.
I open one of my own rations then,
Okay. Because you want fish.
right?
I take a carrot out of my bag.
You just hear this incredibly loud snap.
That Trina at it again.
Oh God.
Carrot's like.
I'm waiting for a gift to be made of that.
I don't know if Bars is still watching.
Brazzers.
God, every time.
It would only make sense for you and Patrick. Get it? Because you suck dick, you fuck.
I got the reference, Michael.
The ceasefire's off, by the way.
Yeah, I pretty much got that.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's done. Moving into nightfall, and you can start to see the Auburn going into black sky overhead. Everyone's eating. Everyone's in decently high spirits. And somebody on the other side starts playing a fiddle. Guards don't stop him. Just kind of going along with it.
Is he on the roof of one of the carriages?
Shut the fuck up.
Is he any good?
Reasonable.
Okay.
Sort of. After a little bit, you realize they know like 4 songs, but
Okay.
it's whatever.
At least he's good at the ones he does, though.
Roll perception again, everybody.
9.
Do I
There
want that?
we go.
What are you having? I'll have one.
No. You look
There's
like
not much left.
You're out of drink. Do you want
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I'll have one. Well, I've got this whole peppermint.
Is
Here.
cleric the only wisdom class in 5e?
No.
Druid.
No, druids. Yeah. I think it's 2 per.
It blows having 0 wisdom. Or 1 wisdom is all I have, so I have +1 to my perception.
21.
23.
I put my book away and
21.
9.
Well, you don't have dark vision. You can
Is
see.
it so? Do we have like torches lit? Is it like
You do
low
have
light?
torches lit.
Okay, so
You do have torches lit.
there's
So
light.
basically,
I just was
you
making
can see to the
excuses
tree
for
line.
it.
That's fine.
That's where you can see.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Occasionally, you.
I was just making sure we're
Oh,
not
yeah, I
traveling in total
I
darkness.
forgot about them.
I totally forgot too. Best
It's
costume
nighttime,
piece
so you have to
anybody's
turn on
done
the-
yet.
Yeah.
Actually, you two both are wearing like the best costume
Yeah, feels like,
anybody's
aw.
done. No, it's a great wig and ear combo. It really is.
It's
Phil,
nighttime.
I'm sorry. You're doing a great job. You look amazing.
Thanks.
You look like you're about to demand my manager at any moment. The
About that.
By the way, I'm the manager.
I am the captain.
Look at
Well, I would like to speak to the CEO. I've actually had someone call on the phone and demand to speak to the CEO.
No.
Did you just laugh at them and hang up?
I can't. Or I couldn't at the time.
You're like, if you think I have access to the CEO.
They're like, lady, how much you think I get paid?
You know what? I would also like to talk to the CEO. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Let's see how far we can run with this.
Maybe I get fired. You'll definitely get hung up on. Looking good?
Man.
Can you see?
Yep. If I focus on the one little where the like
One
corners
part
meet,
of the kaleidoscope.
yeah.
Okay. Shit, I forgot everyone's perception again.
They all did good. I did bad.
Okay.
I had a 20.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the 21 as well.
Yeah, I remember now. As soon as the sun really went down,
Like 7 hard time.
I got chicken stuck in my tooth.
Just really emotional about the light going down.
As soon as the light has totally gone down and you can intermittently see stars overhead,
So these
The
are short
breeze.
trees then.
the breeze, the breeze kicks back up. And that creaking sound increases.
Oh, this is kind of nice. Joe's just looking at the pretty lights.
Was this creaking sound here all the time?
There was the...
Stephanie did a great job with those. Like it makes perfect sense to me that Stephanie's brain is created around being a kaleidoscope vision, and nothing about that doesn't make perfect fucking sense to me.
It actually focuses everything.
Yeah, she needs to wear those all the time, and she would become like a Nobel Prize winner or something.
Well, this would be...
Is this also your first time hearing the creaking? Yeah, we both had bad perception at first.
Well,
So this
because
is
of
our
the
first time
increase
hearing
in
it.
breeze, it could be pretty easily written off as the wind is blowing the trees a bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I would
true.
be suspicious of everything, though.
Yeah.
Because you're paranoid? That's what it'll do to you.
You're just like giving him the cop look, like you freaking out, son.
I keep
Smoking
forgetting.
the wacky tobacco.
I keep forgetting I need to smoke one of these.
When was the last time you smoked, son?
It's been like days. I've been so distracted, I keep forgetting.
That moment when you're too forgetful to remember to smoke.
At this point, the guard captain's
cycle.
wandering around, and the fiddle has stopped, and you can kind of hear him talking to people. Just, all right, everybody pay attention. All right, just make sure you're looking out.
I take a bump.
You have low light vision for the next 15 minutes.
Oh man,
I can see so clearly.
it's incredible.
All right, well, time to stand watch. I just like do my thumb turns like a little flame shows up.
Okay. Hey, which pipe are you using?
Oh, I rolled something.
Okay.
No, I'm not using that pipe.
Great, now we got blink dogs to fight off. They probably help us.
They probably run off into the
They
forest.
were
They don't
good
give a
puppers.
shit.
Do you want sprites? Because this is how you get sprites.
Infestation sprites.
Maybe 20 minutes later, the guard captain has slowed you guys down a lot. And you hear from the front, Major Root! And it gets
I
passed all,
don't suppose that's
all
one
the
of
way
the
back.
names of one of the guards.
One of the guards goes, "Yes, sir."
Gets passed all the way back. And the guards captain's like, fuck, here we go. And he starts going up. All right, we're going to need people behind every wagon. We got to push over this one upcoming. You see him walk up to the front. Whoever's in front, is it still you? No, it's you
It would
now.
be me at this point because I have the dark vision.
You see out in front, you're next to like the second, third wagon, that area. Out in front, upcoming, you can see that there's it looks like a whole tree across the fucking road.
That is a very large root. It could potentially be a tree, but I'm also 3 feet tall.
Would I have time to inspect this, or is it very business-like? We need to start pushing.
The guard captain goes up to the front and yells, "Full hold!" And you start to hear the guards next to you, a couple of people have done this before, a little bit of muttering, and everything stops moving.
I go up to the front. Help push.
Aye.
Hey guys.
You see a couple of the guards muttering to each other, including the guard captain. I'm not sure. This thing is the size of a full tree. It's maybe 3.5 feet tall, leaning across the whole fucking road.
You come with, Ori?
I have to do this. I'm
What?
sorry.
But
I go up to the big tree root that is covering the road, and I gently put my hand on it, and I say, "Well, can we squeeze past you?"
what language?
Druidic.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Yes, the tree.
Not terrible. That's a dirty 20.
Fuck. So you hear that creaking noise, and literally, like the slowest snake you've ever seen, it starts to pull itself back across the road to the right.
That is my literal nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
job,
it's disappearing into the tree line. This big root. The guard captain looks at you. You looking for a job?
Oh, I do appreciate that. We're just passing through, though.
Fuck, if every elf we got on this trip was half that useful, god damn. All right, let's wind it back up.
I go back into the
Get
line.
back in the line.
Maybe you should stay up here at the front. Maybe we all should stay up here
That
at
was
the
right
front.
impressive, Ori.
We can stay a little closer to the front.
Okay.
That works.
I take another long hit.
Hell.
You see guard captain at one point, he gets on top of one of the even on top of the covering of one of the carriages. And he's looking up at the sky for a while. It's close as fuck. All right, shift one sleeping. Okay, we need half volunteers. This'll be sleeping first.
I'm fine for now.
I'm okay.
Do you all want to stick together, or maybe we
should.
just cover one of these shifts and then all sleep at the same time? Or what are you thinking?
But what if shit goes down while we're all sleeping?
You don't realize I don't have to sleep.
That's true.
But it would have you walk all night.
Right.
He doesn't get exhaustion.
I don't
Does he?
suffer from exhaustion.
You don't? Okay.
He is the machine.
I mean,
Yeah, yours are better. These are good, but yours are better.
okay. I
would-
can sleep now if you guys.
I
think that's
feel
a
like
better
we
idea.
should split shift. Aye.
Okay,
Okay then.
who's sleeping?
We're
You
traveling
and Ori
through the
should
night
sleep.
then, right? So we should probably have one person with dark vision sleep at a time.
You and Ori, you should take this shift, and then me and Bagby we'll sleep the next one. So you go ahead and sleep.
Do you have dark vision, Ori? Yes, okay. Then that makes sense. We'll split.
Okay, so who's sleeping?
The best friends are sleeping.
Cuddle pop.
Anytime my character sleeps, I assume it's the cuddle puddle with anyone. Any character, doesn't matter.
He can't sleep unless he hears me snoring.
Sees 3 complete strangers.
Yeah.
All right, make room, but only a little
Join the
bit.
puddle.
This is now canon. That Joe cannot sleep unless he hears Ori snore.
I mean, he can. It's
It's
just
just restless.
yeah. We've all been with
It's like if
somebody
you
for a
live
long
near train
time,
tracks.
you know.
It's like if you live near train tracks and then all of a sudden you don't have those.
I want
Trains
some
going by.
epic role playing from you if Ori ever dies.
Okay.
Epic role playing. Tears, describing your sleep.
If Ori dies, I'm not sure Joe comes home from the war. I'm just saying.
I
Certainly
whatever
not the
killed
same
him,
joke.
I just make him. I become a Oath of Vengeance paladin, and I just kill everything of that variety.
You become an NPC bad guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you walk for another. It's maybe an hour. You guys are fully asleep at this point. It's not crazy comfortable in there, but you know, you get what you get. Roll perception. Everybody awake.
12.
16.
16 as well?
12, 16, 16. Okay. The breeze has died down a little bit in the past few minutes. The 16s, all of the creaking has stopped along the road too. It's like really quiet.
It's awfully quiet. It's unsettlingly quiet.
Something a little disturbing about this.
Ori sleeping peacefully, isn't he?
Sir! Sir!
Means
you hear
Joe's
from
probably
you hear
sleeping
from behind
well
you.
as-
Sir!
Well,
A guard comes running up from the from the last cabin or the carriage wagon. He goes to the guard captain and he whispers something. Fuck! God damn it! He starts marching around.
What happened?
I gotta get a head count. I think we're missing somebody. He starts to go around and he comes back. Sure as shit. Fuck! They're fishermen from across the lake. God damn it. Wendy Wander, fuck off.
Bless you.
Thank you, excuse me.
May the gods guide him.
Guess one tight.
How long?
We don't know. Definitely after the last sleep shift. He was minding in the back. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna move. Everybody who hasn't done this before, you all stay here. I'm gonna move up the other two that haven't been this on the road before towards the front. Keep all the new ones in the middle.
So we just leave him?
You can go back if you want. But this caravan is still moving. Sorry, kiddo.
That doesn't seem right.
but you realize if we go back, they're going to leave us all here.
And then it will be us against the forest.
But it's not right to leave him.
The guard near you. Hey, don't do that, man. We've lost a lot of people with that attitude. Don't do it.
Maybe we all knew the dangers of going with this caravan.
Sometimes it just reaches out and grabs you. Don't worry about it, okay?
Of course I'm gonna worry about it. He was a person. Person who needs help.
Well,
I turn and I start walking back towards the back of the caravan.
okay.
Yeah, I turn around, I start walking, I grab Duncan by the collar.
Okay. Roll. Melee attack?
If you want it to be a grapple, it's a strength check versus strength or dex.
Yeah, okay.
Crucible.
Athletics, I mean, sorry.
Athletics check versus
Athletics
strength.
versus athletics or acrobatics, I think.
17.
So you can roll athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, all right. I'm rolling acrobatics then. 18.
Oh, shit.
We're back in the
slip
Duncan versus everyone.
He grabs you, but you shrug him off real quick and keep walking.
Duncan, friend, hey, listen to me. This guy knew the challenges of coming out here. He signed on just the same way we did. You step 1 foot in there, you're a dead man.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck that. My persuasion sucks balls.
What did I roll against there? Is that basically like a will save or something?
Persuasion?
Or if he rolls persuasion against me?
It's more so just the conversation of what your character,
16.
if it would
Yeah.
convince them. Or
Would
not.
a 16, do you since you're the one doing this, do you think a 16
Yeah, I
would
mean, you're in
convince
charge of this. You go for
All
it.
right. I don't think a 16 would do it.
Okay. Well, then respond.
We've got responsibilities, Crucible.
Look, I know we've got responsibilities. The responsibility is to take care of the rest of this caravan. Look, if we walk away, we run the risk of never getting this guy and also losing the rest of the caravan to the forest. So which makes more sense to you, losing one or losing many?
Hey, hey! You hear the guard captain up front.
I
What are
know
you doing?
Friend, I know it sucks. I know it goes against every fiber of your being. But you gotta think of the greater good at this point.
Fine. Don't like it though.
Hey,
I turn around and I start walking back up towards the front.
everything okay here?
Yeah, we're fine.
Fine.
Goddamn right.
So tell me, do we just wander off on their own, or does something reach out and grab them?
Depends on how... Depends on the temperament of the forest.
Well, what are
Sometimes
you reading
it's
for now?
just... Yeah, we didn't hear it. Those trees, they come fast and they come loud. If they're reaching out, you'd hear it. You'd see it.
So you think he wandered off on his own?
Fucking thing, there's magics out there. The small-minded or the weak-willed, sometimes they just disappear.
Well, I better go warn my friend Ori then.
Whoa.
I would like,
Whoa, dude! Shots fired!
while this is happening, I would like to go and check and make sure that Ori and Joe are still in their spot, in their place.
Okay, yeah, they're sleeping. Are you cuddling?
I don't know why I'm leaning into this so much, but
It's funny. It's not like we're promoting like any characterization against what you would be interested in, right? You just put forth this idea that you guys have been lifelong, like best friends for decades.
Despite the fact that I've only lived in that
A
town for
decade.
15 years.
Well, you've probably been best friends for 15 years or something like that. He was your first friend when moving in, and he lives next to you now, and you see him every fucking day. You make him cookies occasionally that he begrudgingly
are
eats.
you describing you two? Or
I am, but it's you two.
He was there when you were practicing kissing.
All right, we're not putting anything like that on them.
there
They
any
can
beer
choose
left?
to do that. They can choose to do that themselves if they would like. But
There might be one of mine. Oh, the
Hey,
door's been open.
I don't need to practice. You can ask Councilwoman Jacobs. I was an adequate lover.
you were exactly adequate.
You were,
Oh my.
It's not that bad.
you were
It's good.
so incredibly
I like
average.
those.
I do too. I'll buy another case of them.
I do like that though.
Yeah, we're just like
I
weirdly
basically
out of
rolled
booze
like a
except
10.
for Jim.
It was this is like yeah, all right.
Right in the middle.
And rum? He doesn't like rum.
You can have gin. There's a ton of gin.
You could have water and be healthy.
Do you know who you're talking to? The
I gotta see what that tastes like.
Okay.
it's not bad. I like it.
I like it too.
Is it just like a hint of lime beer?
Lime
basically?
and
What's cactus?
prickly pear cactus.
It does kind of taste like I'm drinking hint of lime tortilla chips.
Which are
Some of my
delightful.
favorite.
Those are pretty
Those are
good.
Great.
Not a fan.
Take a drink. Take a drink. Take a drink.
Okay.
It's a mega light beer. You know what I mean? It's a 95
95 calories.
95 calorie beer.
4% alcohol.
Tastes fine.
All right, so we're
I
Sorry.
don't mind the
Sorry.
taste.
Tea.
we're
The,
4% alcohol tea.
Yeah.
No alcohol.
We're
4% Smiles tea.
there. You go.
4%.
Smiles.
It's invisible, so it's not real.
It's true.
Smiles and or fighting, depending on how you feel
Yeah.
that night. I'm Ori and Joe are good. That's where we left off like
Okay.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm Little Spoon. Okay.
Oh no, that's
Apparently.
horrible.
You drank you like Heineken. Shut the fuck up.
I drank Stella Artois.
Yeah, bong water. Okay, so it's maybe half an hour later,
Same company owns both.
and the wind kicks back up hard for everybody outside.
Pretty sure Michelob is part of the
Oh, God damn it! All right, everybody, weapons drawn.
Do I wake up to that?
Wake 'em up! Wake 'em up! Guards start coming around and waking everybody up.
Get off me, Ori.
All right. All travelers between the wagons, stand next to the horses, get tight. Guardsmen, one hand on the side of the wagon, you know the drill. No, you're supposed to either be between the wagons or next to the horses.
I'm by a horse, but I still got my spear out.
Okay.
I'm there. I'm ready.
Elf! He looks down at you. You a druid? You speak that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Get up here. He's standing on top of one of them.
On top of what?
One of the caravan wagons.
Okay, I'll just hop onto the caravan wagon and just kind of walk across them.
Okay, roll athletics climb.
I jump up and follow him
Okay.
with my
Or would that be acrobatics?
Sure. I don't. Yeah.
stunning acrobatics.
19.
16.
Okay. You're both able to climb up reasonably. I mean, there's footholds and stuff like that along the way. You get up on top, and the one he's on top of has a wooden roof, right? Mm-hmm. And on top of it, as you would recognize it as a summoning circle. I'm shit at this. You want to sit down?
Okay. What do you need there, bud?
Here you go. He takes out a scroll. Just read that. I've got it memorized. It's fine. Don't stop.
Okay, well, I just keep repeating the things written on the scroll.
Okay, roll Arcana.
What exactly is this scroll, and what are you asking my friend to do?
He's already started. He just flips you off.
15.
I'm going to also roll Arcana.
That seems fine. 15
Huh?
23.
23.
15.
15
15.
sounds good.
15, looking directly at it, at this scroll. It's a burner warding scroll. Like, you're going to go through the spell once, and then it's literally going to combust on you.
This scroll will self-destruct in 3.
And as soon as you stop channeling is actually when it self-destructs.
Okay.
Is it something
Well,
that
so
he,
I'm
does he have to keep channeling it then? Okay.
As soon as you start, you can't stop.
Okay. So that's what he's doing. Do we notice anything?
So from here on out, I'm going to go back to you, and you're going to do either you're going to do wisdom saving throws here moving forward for a little bit. Okay.
Much better than Arcana. So.
Do you feel like warded?
There's a no. You don't feel like basically any different. You're 23. Sorry.
No,
You're 23. The summoning up there, that doesn't make any fucking sense to you because you don't have like a big history of magic and whatnot. But you do know that whatever scroll he's wearing is a one use only, but that thing that they're sitting in on top is in and of itself a different thing entirely. And that's just there. It actually looks really old and worn. And it has specks of burn and chipping and really worn out on it. You don't know the language that it's encircled in, but you do know it in and of itself is a different ward happening.
Okay. Cool.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, I almost skipped over you. Okay, what were you saying? You said something.
No, I was just commenting on
Okay.
the languages.
No, you all feel the same. Still hear the creaking, still hear the high wind coming out of the forest. It's coming from the north, if that matters at all. The, everybody, you four roll perception, and you roll your first wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to take a quick second bump of L5.
Okay.
17.
Low light.
19.
Fuck, I got a 9.
Dirty 20?
9, 19,
17.
17, sorry.
Dirty 20?
20,
18.
19. Okay, that's what I'm you three. You hear Ori up there. You kind of followed him, and you're just the wind is distracting the hell out of you. You three. You hear a lot of movement happening in the brush off to the northern side of the road, which would be your right if you're on the right side. A lot of movement. Ground. You can hear ground twigs breaking and snapping. Tree limbs snapping off. The rush of things. There's something fucking big moving at least as fast as you are over there somewhere. Seconds later, a hand smashes into an invisible wall right off next to the road. Just a big fist. And it creates ripples around the road, around this invisible wall around the road.
Is it like a physical hand or like made out of magic?
The three with good
Oh,
perception
yeah, I
rolls.
guess
Sorry, you just hear the smash, but don't quite catch what's happening. The three of you, it's whatever it was made of wood, and then you catch a face before it disappears into the brush again, really high up.
Right.
What was your wisdom saving throw?
16.
Okay.
I think that friend that Ori was talking about, his friend Trent, I think he might be here.
Don't know if it's his friend.
I don't think
You
it's
might have to resend that to me. I didn't get that saved into a text document.
The stuff about Trent? Or
Yeah, you know what? I'll just relook it up tonight.
That'd be Trent.
Yeah.
Trent.
Trent the end.
Trent of the end.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Touched him in the naughty
Is-
places.
I could just look. It's just on Facebook, right?
I don't think I sent you stuff about it on Facebook. We discussed it while in the car.
Well, you sent me a big
On the way to
thing
Omaha.
on Facebook.
Ori, are you completely focused on what you're doing up there?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
even if we tried communicating with him, you wouldn't.
I'm very much focused on maintaining the ward spell.
He
If I were to
actually
respond-
can't respond.
Yeah.
He can hear you.
No, I was just gonna see about
Yeah, and Ori
describing to him what we saw, but I don't want to break his concentration.
Ori, do you want to roll perception to see it?
Yeah, I know actually what's going on, probably, because
yeah.
it's a 24.
Yeah, you okay, so you now know exactly what you're doing. You're providing a sort of magical bubble around the caravan itself.
It's a ward.
Yeah. And it's yeah. I'll give you a chance to roll perception again if you'd like. The rest of you, I can keep your previous perception.
15.
Okay.
You have
Now
low light vision now too, though.
Now up the road, there's another person that started to bark orders at the first, on the first caravan or a wagon, and he's asked and he's started demanding quicker. So you're back up to full walking pace.
Hey.
Now that you're moving again, forward across from you, it's a ways off, but because of the torchlight, especially you can see this.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing trees move across the road from one side to the other, fully move. You guys keep catching stuff moving across the road.
Ori, don't answer me, but good God, do trees walk?
Those are trees.
All right, one more wisdom saving throw, buddy.
I hit up to the front.
Yeah, I think I'd head up to the front as well.
Okay.
Okay, I have sent you what we had discussed on Trent.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That is a 19.
Yes, Philip.
You sent it to my
Good
phone?
rolls.
Yes.
You texted to me?
Yeah.
At the phone.
These dice have been
Well,
I don't have my
very
phone.
nice.
I'm guessing wisdom's his best save.
I will copy and paste it into.
He's quite.
Or you can.
I'm gonna start
I don't know.
treating it like a sporting event.
I can get my phone.
And he's winding up for the roll, and it's a 19, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 19. That is a nice roll from Raby tonight. Nice roll.
Given his past record, I'd say he's doing quite well this evening as a whole.
Along
Oh,
both
asshole?
along both
Wait till I have
sides
to make cookies.
along both sides of the caravan, all of a sudden a bunch of seemingly tree limbs push in on both sides of whatever this barrier is, and it like drags across them trying to hold. Even going so far as bowing in places.
Okay. That's worrisome.
You're doing really good, buddy. You keep reading that scroll. I don't think I can punch this many trees.
Look, you move a little farther. Another saving throw, sir.
And he's winding up for the roll, and here it goes. It is. Oh, the reaction is not.
That's a
good.
9.
Oh, a 9. This is gonna have a
Would I
big
be able
impact on the party as a whole, don't you
Would I
think?
be able to
I
identify
agree.
what this is?
won't be
if it's
good.
Fey or not? With a skill check?
You could. What are you trying to? What are you using? What are you
I was
thinking?
thinking nature to see if it's a, if these
Sure.
specific things
Let's go for
are Fey based.
Let's go for it.
Based.
Motherfucker. Oh wait, is that what I actually rolled or did I bump it?
You bumped it. You rolled
Okay,
a 5.
fuck. I got a 7.
Babies.
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 7.
Yes.
You don't.
Do I, with 7, am I convinced they're not Fae, or am I not sure?
You don't know what they are.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the ward doing with his roll then?
So, because of your roll reflex real quick.
Dex, you mean, right? Dex save.
Dex save, sorry.
Dex save, that would be a 17.
Okay. Good job on that. The last scrunching of everything got in. Honestly, it got pretty close to you and the guard captain, like with the bowing. And you stop for a second, and the moment you stop, the scroll catches fire, and you have to let it go. You look across to the guard captain, and he's still chanting away, and he's just shaking his head.
This is why you don't smoke so much. It's your short-term memory.
Maybe it would have been easier if you hadn't all been trying to talk to me the whole time. I don't mean to get crass.
He's still chanting, and he's snapping at you. Melo Fajisholi. And he starts slapping the thing on the circle.
So I'll start reading the circle then.
Yeah. Roll. Will save.
Roll what? Wisdom?
Wisdom, sorry.
14.
You kind of understand it. It's a lot bigger, so you're having to like move around and read it as you go.
Oh god, this is making me dizzy.
So all these, we saw the trees like make more headway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hold my spear up.
Okay.
And say, I don't know what I would really say, but back to the first world with you all. And I try to turn the Fae. If they're actually, I'm going to try to use my channel ability.
Okay.
So they got to defend they got to beat a 13 Wisdom save. I don't know if
they're
trees
Fae?
have that. If they're Fae. If they're not Fae, they're confused as to what I'm doing. or undead. If they're undead, it works too. But I don't think they're undead.
Okay. Well, you couldn't see any of them at this moment, so you don't know whether or not it worked.
Damn zombie trees!
It is a pretty big radius. It's basically anything that can see me do that.
I know, but you don't see them, right?
Yep.
What was your saving throw? 14.
It's a 13 to resist it. Wisdom, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom. And it's turned for a minute if that works.
Philip, roll again.
You know, on a long enough timeline, I have to fail really bad. 15.
Okay, you're doing fine. You hear one last crash on the back of back by the fourth wagon. And then immediately the wind starts to die down as you pass. You do a couple more minutes of chanting. And then the guard captain pulls up and puts his hand on your shoulder. All right. We're clear.
I tell you, that's a heckin' crazy thing to get woken up to. Let me tell you, I near peed myself.
Yeah. You did fine, by the way. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Kinda thought somebody who could talk to the fucking trees would do a little bit better, but you did fine.
He saved your ass, Mr. Sassy Pants.
I saved your ass. Shut up.
You know,
You did great, Ori.
that
Don't like you.
you could do a lot better without the condescending tone. I think it would help with your position of authority a lot.
I'm gonna push you into the forest. Say something else.
Let's go,
I dare
Ori.
you to say something else.
Okay, what do I need to roll to resist dad joke?
Either say it or don't. Fuck you. He gets down off the scroll he was reading, by the way, burnt up as soon as he stopped. He just kind of tossed it off to the side, burnt up in the air. He gets down off. I've only got 2 more of those fuckers. They better not come back. All right. Let's do sleep shift change.
Right.
Have a good nap.
Thank you.
Short rest.
Nope. Well,
Okay.
Oh, good night.
we didn't do
there.
anything between
Sleep tight.
the long rest. and
Don't let
waking
the
up.
bed fay bite.
Right.
Is that a real yawn or a
Shit
fake
hurts.
yawn? That was a real yawn. The
Stand bed day.
you all roll perception. People awake.
It does kind of.
I see everything. Nat 20.
22.
And then he bumped again, and he bumped again. He said, "How do I get back there to the place where the trees don't attack us?"
What?
I don't know what that was.
Shut up!
In the subtitle of the show,
Understand.
it said musical interlude.
Shut up, you fucking nerd! All right.
I want something else to get me through this.
Somebody punched that man. The Patrick, what'd you roll?
See.
23.
Natural 20.
22, actually.
22. Natural 20.
Dirty 20.
30, 20. You're all very vigilant for the rest of the night.
Oh, you fucking think.
I think that elf-eye shit is having a side effect on me.
Oh,
I can
Roll
I can see
Constitution
everything.
save, by the way.
Okay.
should
That's pretty good, I guess. Con save, 15.
Okay.
you should go easy on
Congratulations.
that
You don't
stuff.
need any more of it.
I know that sounds weird coming from me, but you should go easy on that
Addicted to
stuff.
stuff that only lasts 15 minutes and costs a gold per dose. It's literally cocaine at that point.
Listen, just because it's called elf eyes doesn't mean it's natural.
All right. Sun up comes.
Thank you, Bars.
The guards go around and wake everybody up.
I feel rested.
Good.
All right. Everyone's entitled to a half loaf of bread. If you go back to the last wagon, you can collect.
Breakfast spread.
They give you a meal at dinner time. They give you a half loaf of bread in the morning.
Is
I'll
that?
take the loaf.
I think I'll have a loaf of bread and some rations. I'm not sure a loaf of bread's enough for Joe.
Bit of, yeah.
I'm fine with the bread. What kind of bread is it?
Hard.
Bad.
Bagby gets her half loaf of bread.
Kind of tasteless, little burn, super hard.
Oh. What cleric summoned this stuff?
You're putting water in it. He's floating water in front of him and just like dunking the bread.
Just a ball of water that he's got suspended.
Hey, can I get in on that or? Oh fuck!
Better?
This stuff's harder than the jerky.
It's better with the water.
All right. About 9 a.m. You pass a Raven box, and the guard captain calls for a hold. Then, so everybody stops. You see him go up and attach a little scroll to the bottom of one of the ravens sitting inside. He whispers something at it, and it takes off flying. All right, let's go.
He can talk to animals too.
I like like birds. I don't get to see many.
You ever wonder what it would be like to fly like that?
No.
I think it would be nice.
I prefer my feet on the ground.
Someday, maybe.
If you ever hit level 4 or level 5.
Or 6, I think.
6.
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
Might be 6. I don't know. Something like this.
Okay. You travel the rest of the day without incident. The forest still tries to fuck with you here and there. You know, random trails off to the side. The breeze occasionally, the voices. But nothing. Everyone's gotten wise pretty quickly. What do you got?
As I say, although I don't suffer from,
Exhaustion.
yeah, I still need to rest my joints once in a while, so I'm gonna
That's fine.
take a rest in that back wagon. Not a rest, I'm just sitting on the back.
When the captain comes up to you a little bit after you start sitting there, thanks for staying up all night.
Hey, it's what I do.
I know, but you all still get tired. I know that.
Yeah, I know. Joints get a little bit rusty.
We don't have lubrication or anything.
No,
Sorry.
I still have some left over from when I had that last stop, so I'm good for a while.
Well, back in Arnis, if you want to, the guy who refits the wagons, he'd have some.
All right, excellent. Sounds good. Thank you.
Good job. He slaps aside where you're sitting and then just walks away.
Nice guy.
Captain's walking away. He's like, I'm so stupid. I should have asked for his number.
4.
His robot serial number.
It's round about dinner, beginning of twilight, when the mood of everybody who's been down this road, guards, some of the traders, improves considerably. You start chatting, laughing, telling jokes.
We must be nearing the end. They're less on guard now.
Hey.
I'm glad we didn't walk by ourselves.
Me too.
Yeah.
Perception, everybody.
19.
22.
17.
13.
Also 19?
Not you. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
About the time that happens, you start to hear movement off into the forest. And at first that puts you on guard, right? Last time you heard movement in the forest, that was really bad. And then you hear one of the, loud and proud, you'll hear this, by the way. Mm-hmm. A guard in the back jumps on a wagon and yells something in Elvish. Anybody who speaks Elvish? Tomlin! How's the wife? You look over in the direction, and you see an elven hunter running through, and a little response. Good.
Fair enough.
You keep moving. Maybe a half an hour later, you can see forward, and you can see a break in the trees ahead of you. This gets a bit of a
whoop?
a bit of a cheer out of a couple of the people.
Perhaps now they get the rest of
One of the people who was dictated as new to the journey starts crying a little bit.
But then they discover there's no cobblestones under their feet.
Dun dun dun.
Go to the clearing. And it's just a giant tree.
You enter into a clearing in the forest. Roll.
Roll what?
Perception.
Perception.
The thing you roll literally half the time in this game.
Yeah, it's a lot.
11.
15.
20.
18.
10.
I like these purple dice.
Yeah, they're good.
Working well for me.
Sorry, Patrick, I had to go back to my other one.
No, this one's been hit and miss. I'm tempted to go back to my other ones. I don't know if it's the rounded edges. They seem a little bit more rounded than my other ones.
They do seem a little bit rounded. I've been getting better rolls out of this one.
Sorry, I forgot to do this ahead of time.
Damn it, Mike.
It's right, it's fine.
I'll just take them home and have some time in the oven with them, and they'll be
What?
rolling good in no time.
I see it.
Oh,
Oh, it's
why
quite
are we
nice.
gonna be shitty about it?
Well, you gotta be shitty about it.
Look at that, would you?
Welcome to Arden.
It's a nice place to be.
Grass huts built around trees. Some of them are human-esque buildings, right? Taller. The picture doesn't dictate that, but taller, more what you would, what you would see in a most human villages. But a lot of them are grass huts. And there's even trees in the village. Intermittently. Nobody seems to be worried. You immediately, upon entering, there's a guard tower directly off to your left. Off to your right is large stables. And they pull all the wagons in right next to the stables.
Great.
All right. I'm going to come around if everybody could have their money ready. Thank you.
We forgot to ask for the pricing sheet.
We did forget to ask.
We have to go on anyway.
It's okay.
How much do you think it's going to be?
I don't know, maybe we can ask for a discount since we were able to clear that root out of the way.
Right?
Good idea.
Ori did. Ori did a lot on this trip.
He did quite a bit. He kept the ward going. He kept
He's
the
quite
root out of the
impressive.
way.
Aye.
You know, if nothing else, I think you should have a free pass.
Based on your previous perception, he's getting a gold off of everybody.
Right. Get out the gold piece.
I would say appreciate their escort all the same.
I pay him.
I won't be pushy about nothing.
Aye.
Yeah.
When he gets to Ori, he just skips over you, by the way.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
Welcome to Arnis, ladies and gentlemen. Be good while you're here. The town guards will throw you into the forest. All right.
In general, or if we do something wrong.
I hope you get to take a nice
Something
rest.
wrong, generally.
I hope you get to take a nice rest here.
Oh yeah,
You get to work.
that was our fourth trip. We're off for a week.
Good.
Is there no more caravans for a week then?
We switch out. There's 2 teams. Wish there was a fucking third. But
Sounds like a possible business opportunity for you.
well,
What, me? I mean, I appreciate it, but we kind of got a gig already.
Right.
Yeah, we kind of have a thing going on. Also,
yeah, and living in Arden probably would conflict with the gig of it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I hate the forest, but I don't really want to settle down
But
here.
you kind of hate the forest, though, don't you?
You know, if I really liked the forest, I probably wouldn't have settled, on the ocean.
Aye.
Now, right as soon as you,
So
right
kinda
next to
hate
the,
the forest, then.
right next to the wagon barn, we'll call it. There's a ton of signs, ton of signage. Now, you can tell immediately this is a fairly large village. There's a bunch of stuff here, and all the signage are telling you, hey, food here is just real quick. We've got food here. You can sleep here. This guy sells this guy, blah, 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 blah. And there's a ton of it. So there's clearly a decent amount of money coming in and out of here.
So
Where did I forgot her name.
Ernest?
Where did Ernest say that? I forgot his nickname.
Chucky.
Chucky. Where did Ernest say Chucky worked?
Oh yeah, good old Chucky bowling and billiards. Yeah.
Brunswick.
I swear, if I wasn't here, you all would be floundering around in the forest, not remembering who you're supposed to talk to. Ernest didn't say where Chucky worked. It was Norm who said where Brunswick was. We just have to find Brunswick, but we don't know where he works. So I figure we ask around.
Look, I have a 0 in intelligence.
I have 3.
And I think we would all look very silly with both eyes on one side of our face.
What?
Exactly.
What? She said we'd all be floundering around if...
Oh my
Okay.
Punch that man.
God. Oh, I'd throw Ori into the forest.
No. Light choking.
understand the fish reference?
You do understand the fish reference.
You appreciate a good fish joke. That wasn't a good fish joke.
Are
Good one though.
there any guards nearby? Like town guards, not caravan
Yes.
guards.
There's next to that tower that you passed, that's basically right across the path.
Okay, I if there's any out there, I go and ask them.
They're just quite a bit different. The guys on the caravan were heavily metal armored, Adenian heavy plate. You know what I mean?
Were they mostly human?
Human and elf.
Except for the bottom half.
There was a
Centaurs.
There was a couple of elves, mostly human. This, however, a lot of half elves, a lot of town folk. The town guards are wearing like mostly leathers, little more mobile, and a lot of greens and browns, sort of like could pass as forest camo.
I will put my hood up.
A lot of
before we
half
walk
elves,
into town.
elves, humans, and halflings.
I am... Incidentally, I am also going to put my hood up.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up to the guard and, hey, buddy. Do you know,
Hello, traveler.
Do you know if there's a Chucky that works here somewhere in town?
Chucky. Brunswick?
Yeah.
Aye.
Do you know where we could find him?
Generally under a bottle, but he occasionally opens his shop.
Which way?
The fuck did I call it? Boar's Hoof Trappers. It's down that way. Look for a big purple sign in a boar's head.
Thank you very much. All right. I relay that information to anyone that wasn't standing right by me. We want to check that out first?
I think that's probably for the best.
Sounds good. Thanks for thanks for helping us get in the right direction. I was gonna say I'd appreciate it if other people could do, most of the talking and asking questions around here.
Looking forward to the purple sign. Purple's a good color, you know. It's hard to manufacture around here, I'm sure.
Yeah, the dye's quite rare.
Okay. What's that look for?
Berries are mostly purple.
A lot of flowers are purple.
I think if you want to do a natural purple, it's actually pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
That's why, historically, purple is the color royalty wore.
Because it was rare. And
Well, you take reds and you put it over something that's green, and you
I
end up
don't think
sort of
that's how it works with dyeing. I think you just get brown when you do that.
Yeah, blue. Red, blue.
Yeah.
Boar's head what?
Boar's Head Trapper.
I don't know.
Boar's Hoof Trapper. Sorry. Boar's Hoof Trapper.
It was quite fun to have a little conversation about how hard it is to make purple.
Let's go down that wiki hole.
Yeah, we all got beat up in high school.
I'm
did,
full
though.
of useless facts. It's okay.
You're exclusively
Useless
useless facts.
Do we need a bag fact?
I think we need the backpack. Do it.
All right, you get one. Go
I think
for
it
it.
is time for a bag
Tell us
fact.
about bags some more.
Alright.
bag fact. Ooh, this is a specific facts. 10 facts. I'll only share one. Oh, fuck off with it. That's not what I wanted. Go away. 10 facts about single-use plastic bags. It only takes about 14 plastic bags for the equivalent of the gas required to drive 1 mile.
That's
Like
amazing.
to make the plastic.
Okay, so I don't mean to throw it back in your face, but that's kind of a bullshit quote because it doesn't take into effect efficiency of engine, mileage on the vehicle, what kind of vehicle it is, if it's a how many cylinders is in the engine? What are you talking
It doesn't
about?
say if it's a high V bag or if it's like a garbage tall kitchen
So we're done with
sack.
D&D,
so
right?
one.
We're just gonna do a podcast
All right,
about
moving on.
backpacks.
Do you traveling through town? Yeah,
Yes.
or
Yep.
perception if you would like. Fuck it. There's nothing unless you want.
Well, you said fuck it, so I'm not going to do anything.
There's a ton of people here.
I was
It's
gonna
really
throw it away.
surprising.
Did you do worse than I did?
I'm not going to put any thoughts in your mind, but you know,
We both stab ourselves.
they
Go there.
this place is not promoted as a bit of a metropolis, and it kind of is. There's a ton of people here.
What do you think of it? They're in the middle of the forest here, but it's quite a lot of people.
Looking up and around, there's even elven tree
It's kind
homes,
of hard to get here too.
but branching out of the wood.
With the little
And imagine,
bridges
Duncan,
Yeah.
going from place
Like
to
that
tr-
place.
was a short path. Imagine we came from
right from the other
Krasden.
ways.
Stairs coming down, wrapping around trees. There's this place is kind of its own little city. I mean, it's all made of wood and thatch, but
What happens if there's a forest fire?
the forest takes care of that stuff here.
It's quite
The forest is
moist.
like, nah.
It's quite moist.
They don't
around
need
here.
Smokey the Bear. Let's just say that.
No, I don't think it ever gets terribly
Or
dry.
Smacker the frog.
Yeah, I learned that too. That's so weird.
What?
Smacker.
UK's version of Smokey the Bear is Smacker the Frog.
Really?
Weird.
Was that the name for the Sugar Smacks frog?
Yeah, it is.
And it's actually just Smokey Bear.
It is just Smoky Bear.
Hey.
Smoky.
Thank
We
you for
really are
thank
full
you
of
for
useless
correcting me.
facts.
This has been useless
just saying
facts
that
with this D&D party.
People get
that
it
is currently
confused because
unnamed.
there was a song called Smokey the Bear because it fit the rhythm of the song.
I don't think we need to worry about any bears named Smokey. We just need to worry.
Shut the fuck up, everybody.
Peggy and I both rolled a 1, so we're talking about bears.
Now, what's the name of the owl that gave a hoot, don't pollute?
Have you ever seen a bear? I've never seen a bear.
It doesn't take you. It doesn't take you
I'm not
long
sure I've ever seen a
to
bear.
find it. Now, there's not
I've
streets
seen
per
like
se,
a skin one.
right?
No. There's just passageways.
Yeah, there's passageways
different
between
buildings.
huts and
Bigger than
trees,
Aye.
and occasionally you'll see a sign pointing, "Hey, this shop's over here."
Is there anything up?
That was Woodsy the owl, by the
Oh
way.
my god.
Throw something at him? That's what you used to do.
Guys, we've only got like 10 to 20 minutes left. Can you just shut the fuck up, and so we can get to like a decent stopping point? This is fucking incredible. Yes, I already said, but you guys were talking. Up there are elven tree huts and stuff like that. There's a whole second section of this village
Everybody
above
lives
you.
up there. They do business down here and they do living up there.
That's kind of how it seems, actually. There's no signs for businesses pointing up into the trees. The only one you did see was there's a bunch of signs for this place. The Big Inn, it's got very nice signage, even so much as like gold paint, and they had to have brought in and paid for gold paint.
Aye.
They list as in the treetops. Like you have to go up.
It's
for
called
it.
the Big Inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks all high and mighty there.
We see the boar's head, right?
And there's a couple other places to stay. By the way, I'm not trying to rail you into it.
Okay.
No, I want to stay in the trees.
It's time. You have to go find Mr. Brunswick.
Okay.
Important.
It's not hard to find. It's not far. Less than 5 minute walk into the collection of huts and stuff like that, and it's a human. It's a human little shack with directly above it an elven hut sitting on it next to a tree, basically.
This kind of looks familiar.
It's a shack, and there's a hut on top of the shack.
Yeah.
Aye.
And it's sort of the hut's sort of back from it a bit, like. So you got this is the side, right? So it's just kind of blocky, with a little overhang, with the signage here, right? And this is the first. But up here, and there's a tree back here. Up here, there's actually a thatched
Ooh, I bet you
hut
that's built into
sitting
the
above
tree.
it.
That's quite nice.
Copyright infringement.
The sign itself is the background is purple, and it's a pretty crudely just black painted horror
Whoa.
boar's hoof. Sorry, boar's hoof
Horse
in
hoof.
a
Freud was
bear
right.
trap. In a bear trap.
In a bear trap.
Okay.
I walk straight up to the door.
And there's a
Is it
big
open?
ass boar's head on the side of the building as well.
Is the door open? Is it open?
Yes.
Right. Go inside.
Ding ding.
Hello, everybody. We're getting ready to close for the day.
Are you Brunswick then?
Standing before you, you see a tall elf with golden hair, bright blue eyes, and wearing mostly just tight-fitting clothing. And
Are you?
it smells bad in here.
I take that back.
I mean, he's good looking, but... Huh?
Are you Brunswick then?
Hi. Name's Charles. You may call me Chucky. Friends, I've not seen you in town before. You travelers.
Aye. Or his dad sent us to talk to you.
Ori. What's an Ori?
That
A
guy.
friend.
Hi, Ori. Do I know your dad?
No, Norm.
I hope not.
Twinkle Edits?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, hey there.
All right, just a second. He goes to the door and he locks it. Come on in. Can I get you a drink?
No, and I think you should have some water.
No, I'm good.
Strong coffee or anything other than what you've had.
I've got some tea on upstairs. I'll get it real quick. He climbs up a ladder behind the... Basically, what would be... like, it's a butcher's table, basically, where he was standing when you entered.
Do you think if he goes up there, he's going to come back down?
How many cups?
Okay then.
4, I think.
5, okay. Comes back down. He walks down kind of backwards down the ladder. He's clearly done this a bunch because he is holding a full platter and he's walking down. Totally
I'm wondering
fine.
how that was gonna go.
Puts it down on the slightly blood-stained butcher's table. Come, please. I picked the herbs myself.
Oh, good. Hey,
Smells lovely.
Chucky, you said you said you'd prefer to be called Chucky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Is it bright in here? It's not.
On the off chance you happen to remember this conversation, could you do me a solid and not really mention that I'm in town? I don't, and who my dad is. I don't particularly
hard
like
rule.
the,
Hard rule. You don't talk about Norm.
Yeah, I don't like the attention it garners.
No, there's nothing wrong with your dad. He's done a lot of work for this community and the forest in general. But, man, he pisses people off.
Yep. That
You just never know if you're in earshot of somebody he owes money. You never know.
Does he owe you money?
Yeah. It's okay. I get it. You can't help who raised you.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what brings y'all to? Where are you from?
Krasden.
Seaside, right?
Aye.
Never been.
Take my hood off now.
He's quite.
Oh, fuck me!
No, thank you.
That's
I'm a goblin, yes.
in
Hello.
Elvish. Real quick, he goes, "That is the weirdest looking halfling."
I laugh at that.
I don't know what you said, but I'm a goblin.
Goblin. Goblin. I don't know a lot of them. I haven't run into a ton of them. Are they related to hobgoblins?
Vaguely.
Okay, well,
Smarter, less murdery.
Yeah.
this one. This modern list. Okay, good.
Oh, that was in your Elvish.
That was
I can
Elvish?
tell because of the accent change.
Fantastic. Well, welcome, tiny goblin. Goblin?
No, oh, just goblin.
Goblin.
Her name is Bagby.
Bagby! Because of the bags.
Right.
Weird.
Oh, I just got that.
Welcome to the party, Joe.
I didn't just get that as a person.
I know. That's Joe.
We understand.
Welcome
Okay.
to the party.
You told a great joke. We'll let it happen. All right.
It was just a little too convincing.
Here, tea. He pours for everybody. Can somebody pour mine? You should never pour for yourself. Roll perception.
Ooh, 17.
How boozy is this tea?
So boozy.
23.
I'm drinking it. I didn't know well.
It's forest. It's actually kind of good smelling herbal forest tea and just like a ton of moonshine.
Oh, I wouldn't have
I'm
rolled
blind.
because I'm not drinking.
I think I'm blind.
Natural 20.
Woo! It's real warm still.
It warms me inside.
Yeah, it'll do that. Anyway, hey, I'm glad you guys are here. So you looking to do some trapping, some hunting? I'm a great guide.
We were looking for some stones.
Stones.
Oh, I mean,
There's a lot of rocks.
sorry. We were looking for some stones that my dad said could help create a window for us to see into the deeps of the earth.
Yeah, I kind of know the type. It's been a minute. Are you paying or are you hoping?
Well, considering the importance of our mission, I would say we are doing what's necessary.
What? Another one? No. One more. I like you.
It's quite nice.
We would, my guess is the procurement of such a set of magical items would be costly. Therefore, we would probably be looking to do a fair bit of the legwork ourselves. But if you could help point us in the right direction, that would be fantastic, and we could at least modestly compensate you for your assistance.
Okay. I charge a gold a day. I've got some contacts and up front, I'd probably ask for 5. Not for me. You know, you got to spread the wealth when you try to find stuff.
That's what we want to do.
I
think so. I mean, we traveled through a forest that tried to kill us just to come talk to this guy. So.
Oh, did the forest
I just
act
wanted
up?
to check. So I'm like handing him 5 gold.
My
6.
one for him.
Yeah.
my impression is that
Paid him for this paid him for a half day.
my impression from the escort caravan was that the force has been acting up for some time now.
It's been a real asshole for the past month or so. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it doesn't come after me, but, you know.
You wouldn't happen to know any rhyme or reason, would you?
No, I don't travel up to the old villages much anymore. They're all fuddy-duddies. Got so many fucking mystical staff shoved up their ass you can't fart. Farting's good. Farting's necessary. If you eat a lot of red meat, it's like super necessary.
I'm feeling very confident about my recent purchase.
Okay.
Well,
where are you staying?
I want to stay in the trees. I'm sorry. I was very excited about it. I did not
You like
mean-
leap on the butcher's table and say,
Does it bite?
Only when necessary.
Hot.
I'm 9. Give a girl a little room to grow. I don't know. I only have 11 years left of my life.
that did sound oddly a lot like flirting.
Next-
That is the most
Yeah, it really did.
next episode we'll deal with Bagby's existential crisis of only living 20 years.
She's. That's actually not entirely true with the Krasden and goblins. They live a long ass time, but yeah, that's fine.
It's all about keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
And
All right.
coming up with
But she's-
excuses for being thirsty as
She's
fuck.
old when she's 20, so that's as good as dead.
All right.
Yeah, there. That's all.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pay some people some visits and visit some people in some places and place people. Go ahead. I'll look for you at the inn. Oh, don't order the purple berry wine. It's like no booze left in that thing. Greedy bastard. Come here.
Could have to carry Duncan.
Yeah.
I'm going to
He
take
really likes
him
the tea.
It's nice.
lightly by the tunic. And I'm going to say, don't spend the money on booze. Be responsible.
I got this.
I may be tiny, but I am vicious, and I will punch you so hard in the nads if you don't come through.
Generally, you gotta pay for that. I like your friend.
Hoofda.
All right. Well, see you later. He goes out and unlocks the door. Oh, say hi to your da for me, and tell him I'll get that gold.
Okay, for sure there, Doc. Yeah. I'll absolutely tell him.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tea.
Yeah.
All right. Go to the. How do we,
Roll con save.
oh, yeah. How do we get up to the treetop part?
You can see the trees that have stairs pretty easily.
Is that like
9.
Oh,
so I guess I'm
Lord.
carrying Duncan.
9.
Well,
You don't have to carry him, but he's not going to be able.
Oh,
No handrail
Yeah.
spiral staircase up a tree is going to be an adventure unto itself.
I'm
it's
gonna
so
carry
nice
him.
here.
I'm gonna carry him for that part.
I mean, there's no.
Is there any kind of
there's
magical
no water or anything? But it's so nice. Do you smell it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I can smell it on your breath
So
now,
nice.
Hey, or
I could maybe live here.
you think you could light his
Maybe.
breath?
Magic missile.
I mean, not forever, but I could live here for a little while. It's nice here. I'm going to see him again. And have some more teas. Very nice.
Okay, bud, we best get to that in there. So there's just the stairs. There's no magical or mechanical
No,
lift.
there's stairs.
Do you want me to roll athletics to
Is there
Yes.
carry him? Okay.
maybe some...
I will
Oh, it'd be
assist.
Nice right now.
I got a 20. Not dirty
Okay.
20.
He's some,
So he fireman's carry throws you on his shoulder, or
Whoa, okay,
or sorry,
then.
Duncan.
Yeah. All right, Duncan. I'll get you up there.
That's nice of you.
Con save,
Thank
Duncan.
you.
Please don't throw up on me.
Oh no.
Oh, I want to see this happen.
14?
Oh, that's you have a good constitution.
Quite the Constitution yet.
There's one
Saves.
on the way up. You have one tricky belch that everyone goes.
Well,
Oh, easy there, Uncle Rick.
It like gets in his mouth, but he swallows it.
He was right up there at the top. Oh,
Yeah, up the top you see it's just people walking around. Now that you're up here, this inn is pretty fucking evident. It's the big one. It's the big building up here, right?
He just water bended some mouthwash.
Listerine.
Well, he sure is a lightweight, but good thing for you, he's lightweight.
Oh, Lordy.
Jesus fucking Christ. The dad jokes tonight. Let's stop it here.
On our way to the inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much for watching tonight. Woo! Bars, thanks for hanging out, man. You were funny as always.
Bars, I hope you save the whales.
Somebody has to. Tomorrow we are doing Cyberpunk Sunday.
Sunday, I do believe, as long as we have no more scratches, we will do Tarwa.
Okay. Because somebody's out, right?
Jay is out.
Jay's out.
Okay. Yep. Sunday is Tarwa then. All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
see you later then.
If I remember, I'll watch your guys' Cyberpunk. Is it at